Second, okay. Microphone array, okay. All right, let me go to my channel. Okay, do your channel. All right. All right, I gotta check how the sound is. Web desktop sound. Let's see. This out. Out chat. All right, Ecrum. Ah, okay. Yeah, trying to fix. Let me know when you can hear my voice again. I gotta get the sound fixed on this too. Phones. Do I have it turned down really low? Oh, it's bad. It's bad sound, isn't it? Oh. Okay, okay. Don't worry. I think I know what's going on. All right, give me a second. Oh shit. Whoops. All right. Give me a second here. Properties. Okay. USB audio 3. Steam streaming microphone. Check that. That one goes the best. Okay. Why? Why does it do this every time? Okay. Properties. Okay. Yeah, so the problem I'm running into is OBS for some reason did not save my properties. I don't know if there's been an update and it's reset everything or what's going on. Okay. Audio inputs. Okay. Test that. No, it's about the same. I got double audio input now, which is not good. Alright, give me a second, guys. Sorry. It's not a proper stream if I don't have everything screwed up. Oh, there we go. Now it showed up finally. Okay, I got it. God damn. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that's really annoying. That's like a really yeah. All right, so the problem I was running into is my regular audio input had just ceased to function. Sometimes, okay, so OBS has this weird problem. If you leave it open, it'll stop functioning on certain aspects of your setup. So, for example, I've got two different cameras, and the cameras will eventually crash. Like the integration of the camera feed to the software that is OBS will eventually crash, and you'll come back to your screen and it'll be a frozen picture. Well, the same thing can happen with every other external hardware device. It'll just stop reading it for some reason if you leave OBS on too long, or it'll just cease to even function seeing it whatsoever. So I literally have to unplug my headphones, plug them back in, and then suddenly it's like, oh, hey, guess what? You got like new headphones on there. It's like, no, it's the same ones. German. Uh, Guten Abend, wie geht es Ihnen, Herr Hirschman? Du bist Achtung, Herr Hirschman. Gehen Sie an den Teufel. No, I'm just joking. Um, I'm not trying to be mean to you, Striker. Uh-oh. All right. Go get a wet cloth and wipe it down too, please. All right. Otherwise, it'll leave like a nasty, sticky residue. Thank you guys for bearing with me, though. Let me get chat up there. Man, that's such an annoying aspect. I'm not gonna be chilling in the background. Chunky boy. Chunky boy's living the good life. He got some of my guests yesterday gave him some of the turkey from the plate. I didn't, I don't want to yell at them because they're my guests, but like I'd prefer they didn't give him human food. Yeah, Karen gave him some. Yeah, she's like, I hope you don't mind. I gave your cat some turkey, and it's like, haha, he probably really liked it. But in my head, I'm like, dude, can you not? Like, that's not good for. Anyway, oh, you put it, dude, Ikram, you're awesome, dude. Ikram, why you're here with me is just pretty much you and me on here. I think Striker's chilling for a bit. You doing okay, man? You hanging in there? I know you've been having a rough couple of last few days I was streaming. You seem like you got it all put together. How'd you get so spooky, Scott? It kind of comes naturally. Um, I've actually been told by people that like passing me on the street or like just walking past that I come across as like intimidating, which I don't know why. I'm like the most calm, down to earth person. Well, I don't know if I'd say I'm down to earth. I'm a little bit weird. I'm frankly quite okay to admit that. Um, but I never try to like hold myself in a way that is intimidating. But apparently people said like when they finally talk to me, they're relieved to see that I'm like um, pleasant and inviting. Yeah, BF. I'll be here till May. Hey, Ann, how's it going? Ann, I really appreciate you become quite a regular on our streams, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for always coming around to hang out with us and talk a bit. Yeah, BF, I'm here till May, and then back in as soon as May hits, I'm back to Japan, which I can't wait to see my wonderful family. Miss my wife dearly. Miss my eldest son. He's doing good. They're both doing real good. Give me just a second here. I don't know what is going on. How do I close this out? I don't want this stuff on here anymore. Give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to do chat capture, but all this weird stuff popped up, and I don't want it on the chat. It's not bad stuff. It's just all right. Pop out chat. Okay, here we go. All right. Ah, itchy. Ah. Ah.
I gotta listen to my viewers and put what do you call it? I gotta put lotion on after I take a shower. Everybody said your skin itchy after that. You gotta take some lotion and put it on there. Hey, Jonah. Yeah, well, Scott, it's been a hard few weeks. Why I've been a mess when on stream. Good news is my week ended well. I actually have been given a job. Excellent. Hey, seriously, Ikram, congratulations, dude. Um, I'm glad to hear it, dude. I'm really happy for you. Like, I know how that feels when you're like, dude, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, you feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, people think you're enjoying your time off between jobs, but you're like, no, I'm desperate to get back to work. And you feel like so kind of panicked and useless while you're not working because you've become so accustomed to filling your day with work. I remember that. God, even when I got back to like America, I didn't have a job for 2 months. Like I got hired, but they couldn't bring me in for 2 months, and I just felt like stir crazy. Like I couldn't believe how useless and kind of pointless life felt. So, Ikram, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, you deserve it, dude. I know I can tell just by your spirit you're a hard worker. And number three, man, I hope it's a good job that actually treats you right and understands your worth. He can spook nurses at the hospital. That's how. Um, I don't know if I'm scary. I think I've been told I'm like intimidating though, but I don't understand why. Because like, there's first of all, my frame, I'm like built like, a pile of twigs. I don't really have like a lot of muscle on me or girth. Um, I don't. I guess I used to dress kind of more scary, where I had like metal T-shirts on all the time and stuff like that. But these days, I tend to dress like more conservative. I try not to have even like logos or anything on it. And I don't wear like skating stuff or anything like that like I used to when I was younger. Or you know, when I'm at work, I wear a collared shirt at all times unless it's Friday because it's dress down day. Oh, so I don't know. I don't know what is spooky about me. Why I come across as scary sometimes. Yeah. Hey, dude, why do you think Japanese people don't really stick out or stick together in big communities as much here in the U.S. compared to other Asian cultures? Um, well, one of the big things is I'm sure I've talked about this before. They have a sense of awe. You've definitely seen it before. My old template I used to have for this whole streaming thing had the kanji for wa. That kanji pretty much means like harmony. And wherever Japanese go, I mean, of course, there's an anomaly and exception to every rule, but they're great about finding the harmony of where they're at or where they work, especially where they work. That's like incredibly important. And when they come to another country too, they, they observe. They're analytical about finding out like what is the common thing to do, and then they just try to fit in. They don't try to like go against the grain or like um, be overly egotistical or prideful, as that's really looked down upon in Japan. Um, and I'm not saying other Asian, I'm not saying other Asians do that. I'm just saying this is the way Japanese approach it. And number three, like they're kind of more quiet. Um, they're kind of more quiet and they don't tend to talk about their personal life. Like it'll take you, if they're like a native Japanese person, not American born Japanese, if they're a native Japanese person, getting them to say anything about what they do outside of work, I mean, you'd have to know them either for a long time or they'd have to form some sort of very quick bond with you. Give me just a second here while I capture this. There we go. Alrighty tighty. Um, so I would say that's why they don't tend to stick out too much. You summed that feeling up, man. This feeling of being useless had been killing me. Much love, bro. Yeah, bro. Don't worry, Ikram. We all feel like this. This is not some flaw in you. This is human nature. Um, you know, people always say like, God, I wish I didn't have to work. I wish I like just had the day off and so. And it's like, yeah, that's fun for a little bit, and then you start to feel like, what the hell am I doing? It's the same. It's like, imagine you could eat all the candy you want for the first day or two of eating as much of that candy as you wanted to would be kind of fun. And then by day three, you're just like, oh God damn, this candy's awful. Like I never want to eat this again. Right? The human body um, and mind, I should say too, it's a mentality. We have certain aspects of us that are just like habit, that are just naturally born in inhibitions, like, and um, we want to be useful to someone. We want to be useful in some way. We want to be. I'm not saying like you need to become a cog in the gears of the machine. Like no, but you want to be contributing, even if it's not to a workplace or society. You want to contribute to yourself. Let's be honest. And the only way you do that is by working and earning money and putting that money in the bank and procuring a future. If you don't have a job or you don't have something that fills your life like a job does, you feel like you're a car that's somehow broken down and stalled out on the side of the road while the rest of the cars on the highway fly by you. Oh, in my humble opinion, it might be the tattoos, the warrior top knot, haircut, look that people can intimidate. I remember a study a while ago that good-looking people in general can be quite scary. Oh, I'm good looking too. Well, thank you. No, no, I mean you're totally right. Okay, like so the way I look in Japan, like I totally get it. Like, I'm to them I'm much taller. To them I'm covered in tattoos, which is not socially acceptable that much unless you know other tattooed Japanese people. Um, I do tend to have like way broader shoulders than most Japanese people. So I do, I look bigger built than most. Um, so I totally get it in Japan. Like when I'm a head over top of every single person on the subway, I get that. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess you are right. I should be more realistic. Like my haircut is not a traditional haircut. Like this is kind of a, um, yeah, not the most socially acceptable haircut. That's true. Everybody at my job has quite a bit of tattoos, which I love. I'm so happy. I asked for 1 whole week when I started if I was allowed to have tattoos showing at the job, and they're like, "Yeah, why?" And I'm like, "Well, but like, I'm gonna just let you know it's my whole arm." They're like, "Okay, so what?" And I'm like, "So like, I mean, I'm still gonna dress nice. I'm gonna follow the dress code, but I'm letting you know, like, it's gonna like I have tattoos from here to here." And they're like, "Okay, so what?" I'm just like, "Okay, but like in Japan, I could never show it. I'd get in big trouble." And they're like, "It's not Japan. You can wear what you want, dude. Just chill." I had been so conditioned over the last 15 years to hide them, like that I was like really anxious about like, oh man, what if they say it's okay, but then I get there and they're like, change your clothes, and then everybody has like a ton of tattoos and stuff like that. There was one guy who worked there. He doesn't work there anymore, but he had all the way from like his neck down to his feet, like every inch of his body. And Ephraim, he makes a good point. I guess for me in my life, I've had crazier stuff. Like I used to dye my hair when I was younger, and I wore like goth clothes because I wanted to be the goth king of my high school. Um, I've worn goofy stuff in the past, especially if I go past and into the past and look at my past videos. I'm just like, what am I wearing? And these days, I try to just stick to like a t-shirt and jeans. I've got like black jeans on and a gray tank top, and I think that's kind of universal and also timeless. My advice to any of you out there who ever do YouTube or, work a long-term career, try to choose fashion that's timeless so that when you look back, you're not embarrassed by what you used to wear, because God knows I look back and I'm just like, why did I have the flat bill hat turned backwards looking like a Jerkosaurus? Hmm. Nature nerd. Yeah, and also, Ikram, just thank you for being real with me, man. I like when people tell me blunt stuff like this. Like, it's not your humble opinion. It's your very well positioned opinion, Ikram. Don't be afraid. It's good, man. We're all friends here, so you can talk to me like a friend, be real with me and stuff. And I like that you did that. Americans are prideful. Like, okay, everybody listen right now. Nature nerd has like maybe one of the best quotes I've ever heard. Um, Americans are prideful, which can either excel progress or stifle progress. Possibly the smartest quote I have ever heard when it comes to why America succeeds or doesn't succeed in certain things that Japan either handles really well or can't handle at all. Um, Excellent point. There's advances we make and stuff like that, and there's people who know how to do the job really good at the top of some companies because of that pride, where they're just like, yo, this person just sucks. I'm just gonna like make sure I show how good of a job I can do, talk about it, show them, and make it to the top. And they do. And then they run that stuff really well. And sometimes you end up with like an incredible manager who may have a bit of an ego, but also manages you well enough that you're like, damn, I got to do my best for this guy. He's kind of a badass. In Japan, meritocracy is kind of like, okay, whatever, you had the best sales this month, but Takahiro over here, he's been with the company for 25 years. That's why he's your boss. And you're just like, yeah, but Takahiro is a fucking chump. Like, he sucks at what he does. He's like a weird mumbler who can't ever express what he wants to get done. And then when I don't get it done right, he yells at me because he couldn't communicate properly. And you're like, yeah, but he's been here for 25 years. That's one of the big mistakes I see Japan make. Now, where Japan does it totally right is when they have a group project, or teamwork. Japan knocks it out of the damn park because their workplace harmony is so good that they're just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Got your jobs. Let's get it done. Finish. No arguments about getting it done. Put it together. We're ready. Like, that's where Japan excels. They work together as teams way better than we do as America. Sometimes that prideful ego can really get in the way when there's like a team project to get done. And Japan excels at anything that includes a group. The only downside of Japan is sometimes when there's someone shit at their job, it's so hard for a company to fire them that they just keep like putting them in different places, and they end up like screwing up in every department. And you'd be surprised. There's like some people really incompetent at their job, and you're just like, why is this company keeping you? And they're just like, it would cost us more in lawyer fees and stuff to get rid of them. So what can we do? Pep guard. All right, now comes some good questions too. But I want to actually go back and give BF props. BF, this was a great question, man. Thank you. I love it when people add like really constructive questions to the chat and everything like that. So BF, thank you for that question. Never be afraid to come on here and ask great stuff like that. I mean, like, anybody can come on here and ask anything. Now let's get to Pep. Are physical magazines still popular in Japan, or are they moving to digital like in the West? Do you have a favorite Japanese magazine? Okay, so have you watched my newest Osoroshi? Osoroshi Nights, brand new episode out. In case you guys haven't seen, I actually talk about magazines in that episode. I was which which story was it? I think it was the first or second episode. I can't remember. Anyway, Pep Guard, first of all, great question. Magazines are still very popular, and the physical magazine itself is still very popular. Physical newspapers, physical books, all still very popular. There is hundreds and hundreds of bookstores of different types, mom and pop owned, corporate owned, all kinds of stuff. Owning physical books is still very, very popular. Now, of course, you can buy Japanese books on a Kindle. That's, still happens. But damn it, I don't know why it just kind of pisses me off. My Echo is stuck in Japan mode, and I don't know why. And it's like, be careful around your area. There's high wave advisory, and I'm like, what? And then I just realized, no, it's for like some place in Japan. What? They still not only collect magazines and buy their favorite ones, but it's things like Shonen Jump is still magazine based. I mean, I guess you could call it manga, but it's like this thick, and like the pages are like newspaper print quality, so that they can print like hundreds and hundreds of stories every year. And there's a lot of stuff that still revolves around the manufacturing of magazines and the distribution of the information inside. So, for example, like Shonen Jump, they give a bunch of brand new manga a bunch of chances to be seen by the public. And at the back of the magazine, there is a chance to write in and tell the company which one was your favorite as far as all the different stories and artists that are in there. If they get enough replies, and they can do it by email too, but if they get enough replies, that person ends up getting their own deal. It's how Bleach started. It's how One Piece started. It's how Naruto started. They got started because they put one of their, like, just a short story in there, and people were like, damn, this is a good story, and these characters are awesome. And so Shonen Jump, I don't know if all of them are started by Shonen Jump. There's other companies too that have the same setup. Now, my favorite magazine. Good question. I love it. Sorry. First time eating for the day. You know how I roll. I mentioned this in Osoroshi Nights, the newest episode called Japanese Nightmares. That will scare you to the core, which if you haven't watched it yet, please go watch it. Even if you don't want to watch scary stuff, can you just click on it to give me the view? Appreciate it. You're the best. I talk about a magazine in there called Akuma Trauma, and there is a couple of these that come out now once in a while. It's not a regular biannual magazine like some of the other ones are, but it tends to take collections of stuff they call quote unquote drama. And trauma, means the same thing. Like you get trauma from reading it, looking at it, finding out about it. They have ones that's like occult based. One of the best ones, and God, I think my wife threw it away because you don't want to keep magazines forever. But it was one called like Terabi Trauma, and like it was television trauma that you got as a kid from watching shows that would scare the crap out of you. They're not scary. They're not actually horrifying, but even though they were meant for kids, the subject matter or the picture or the media was enough to really scare the crap out of people. For example, let me give you one that my son Maki used to have when he was a little kid. There was a show called Okasan Toishoni, right? Which means me and mom, right? And be careful, make sure you say Okasan, okay? Because if you say Oksan, it's like, yo, me and your mom. Like that. So make sure you be careful with how you say that title. I said it wrong a couple of times, and some of the preschools and kindergartens I worked at, they were like, yeah, so there was this show, Okasan Toishoni, me hanging out with mom. It's because a lot of little kids would watch this show in the morning with their moms. And they had the Oni-chan and Ani-chan, right? Am I right, Maki? Okay, sorry. And it's brother and sister, pretty much. Big brother, big sister were the host of the show. They were like literally adults, okay? They had all these songs and dances, and one of them was even like a gymnast. He'd do like flips and stuff like that. And they had one about this game. What's the game called in Japan where, like, if I say a word, you have to use the letter of the last word to make the next one? So, okay, let's say I say Deguchi. All right, it ends with I, right? So the next person has to say ichi. So what's that game called? Shiritori. That's right. I should remember that. Shiritori, which pretty much means like you follow making a word from the word someone already said. Whatever the last letter of that word is, you have to say another word that starts with that last letter. And they did it with yokai. So they had this song with like Roku Bi, and the next one would, and like when they would do that one, Roku, like the two people are singing it back and forth, and all of a sudden, like the woman who's singing it, Rokurokubi, is the long neck woman, like the one where you see like the neck go kind of crazy. Like her neck would suddenly pop up and start like going all the way around the screen. He'd get so horrified, he would like scream, jump into the air, and like run out of the room every time. And it was adorable. It was absolutely adorable. The cutest thing ever. And that's kind of like Terebi trauma. And they had magazines come out with these in it that like things that horrified tons of Japanese people when they were a younger kid. Some of them, like you see it and you're like, oh, of course that would scare the crap out of them. Like, Power Rangers. Everybody knows Power Rangers, right? Well, Power Rangers is still going on in Japan. Like every year they come out with a new themed Power Rangers. Um, what are the Power Rangers called in Tokuja? I know. But like, what are they called? Like, what's that kind of show called? Yeah, me too. You don't remember? Like Henshin Ranger or something. Kamen Rider's like, well, Kamen Rider's different because that's just a single guy. But the other ones would be like a team of like yellow, red, green. What is that called? Tokuja Ranger? I know, but like, what's that type of hero called? Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, Power Rangers are still going, and like, you know how they always fight like a new enemy every week, and like it would be like, I'm sending down Starfish Man, and they'd go and turn into like a big scary starfish. Well, like some of those monsters they created like really scared the crap out of some kids. Oh yeah, that's right. But they're actually yokai based, right? Yeah. I mean, not you're right. You're right. Not all of them are yokai based. Some are like Onryo and all different types of stuff. But that magazine was awesome. It like because I'm always looking for stuff like that. Like what is kind of like lost media or scary stuff from TV or and they showed that and I was just like, damn, some of these are like so scary. Like holy cow! Like there was another one where it's like Ampon Man, which is just like such a baby cartoon. Like Ampon Man literally is like bread man. Like his head's made out of bread. And just like, how could that be scary? But apparently there was like one episode where like he started to get mold and like the way they drew him was like super scary to like little 2 and 3 year olds, which like you could understand. Like that'd be super gross looking and like kind of grotesque for someone of a very young age. I don't know, there's all kinds of stuff like that. I love it because they have these magazines that like just cover a giant section of it and it's blah blah trauma. And so that's my favorite. That was a really long answer. Sorry about that. Let's catch up with everybody and see what we got. Um, physical magazines. I'm asleep, bro. Okay, hey, Striker, have a good sleep, bud. Dang, I thought it was a workaholic culture. Oh yeah, dude. Japan is definitely. I gotta find a corporation that'll overpay me to not do my job. No, I mean like it is like an overwork culture. Well, I mean like, but there is times, Bryce. There's times where like they stay at the job like super long, and like stuff's finished, like they're already done, but they're staying there because if you leave earlier than your boss, they'll kind of wonder why. They'll be like, "Wait, boss hasn't even left yet. Why are you guys leaving so early?" Um, it's kind of why my wife became like her own like free agent sort of because she's her own boss that she can leave whenever the hell she wants. But there's a lot of companies where like the owner of the company, the CEO, the boss, when he leaves, or she, could be a her, that's when you finally get to leave. Even though like you're working, you're like, I'm only scheduled to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, um, if boss is staying there till like 7 p.m. or like 9 p.m., you've got a bunch of extra hours to keep staying there and like pretend like you're busy. That's the bullshit that Japan does, and it's really dumb bullshit. It tires people out, it wears them out, it tears them away from their family. It's not efficient. It's been proven, like statistically, this is an objective fact that working insanely long hours does not produce a higher level of productivity. Not gonna lie, I dig the fact that Japan is loyal like that to people who have been around a long time. Oh, I mean, okay, I will say I like that too, Ikram. Like, the longer I did stay at a company, the more like they treated me almost like I was family, pretty much, right? I really like that because I feel like in corporate America, you're definitely a number from day one to day quit, right? I will say the place I work at now, the school I work at now, like they treat me they're so nice. Like I do feel like I'm part of a family where I work now because they're just good people. Um, but I can't tell you how many places I worked for in America where it just felt like, did you show up, worker 192? Okay, good, good. That's all we wanted to find out. We're not worried about how you are, what's going on in your life, or anything like that. Don't talk to us about how much you're getting paid or anything. Now, finish your job, and then after that, you can go home, worker 192. Like, I've always felt like that in America, that you're just like a number for them. Like, has your efficiency reached maximum and you've completed tasks? Then go home. Like, no thank you, no like, hey, good job today. Like, whereas in like Japan, like if you do like a good job, they'll be like, all right, that's pretty good. Like, I don't know. They still are kind of like, I didn't, there's one thing about Japan that I didn't like was that if you screwed up doing something, they would definitely take you aside and be like, hey, don't do this. You screwed up. And of course, like you're human, you make mistakes, you apologize, say sorry. I'll make sure I'm more careful in the future. But they never would take you aside to be like, hey, you know how you handled that today? Excellent, incredible job. Keep up that great work. They're bad about ever doing that. They almost like never do that either. I mean, maybe there's some companies that do, but everyone I worked for, it was like, oh man, they were quick to tell you bad job when you screwed something up, but they almost never, you know. I remember one place I worked for, like um, their enrollment rate went up by like 90% or something because of the demo lessons I would do to attract more students. And they'd give me like the smallest goddamn raise ever. Like every year would be like, all right, here's need you go in. And you're like, oh, whoop-de-doo, thanks a bunch. I'll take anything, whatever. But, and if you made like one mistake, oh shoot, I see what I did there. If you made like one mistake, the guy who's the owner, he'd take you aside and be like, hey man, don't do this anymore. That's really stupid. And I'd be like, oh, I'm really sorry, man. I'll be more careful. But he never took me aside and been like, hey, dude, you know our enrollment rate's gone up by 90%. The only reason I found that out was my assistant told me. She was like, if they ever lose you, they're gonna like go crazy because their enrollment rate has like quadrupled since you've been here. And I'm like, hey, thank you for telling me that. And she's like, oh, why? Does that like mean anything to you? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I want to know I'm doing good at my job. And it's just like, she told me and I really appreciated it. But like the guy who was the owner, like he was never like, what you're doing for my company right now is incredible. I really appreciate it. I just want you to know, like, you're really appreciated at this company. He never did anything like that. So when I quit, I didn't give like a big notice or anything like that. I just stopped coming one day because the new assistant I got was just a bitch. And I was just like, all right, I'm sick of working with this bitch. Bye. Because I had no loyalty. There's no loyalty ever built up. They were never like, hey, great job. You did. That's one thing, man. If you ever run your own company, man, make sure you tell your employees they're loved. Make sure you tell them like, hey, great job. Like if you do that with employees, you'll get so much more loyalty out of them. Like it just, I don't know why people don't do that more often. Like tell people that they're, you know, loved, wanted, commended on their great job. Like, I I don't know why that doesn't happen more often at jobs. I feel like you could get, there's people dying for a pat on the back, dude, just dying for a pat on the back. When I ran my own company back in Japan, I'd always tell, like, if they got somebody new to enroll or like they got the taxes done super early on something or paper, I'm like, thank you, I really appreciate it. Sometimes I'd give them like a really small bonus for the day, or like some kind of like, you always get these cards in Japan where it's like a free meal or something like that. And I'd give them one of those and be like, dude, go get like a free meal at the steakhouse and stuff. And they'd be like, oh, really? Are you sure? Like, they'd be like super embarrassed and stuff. And I'd be like, don't be embarrassed. You did a good job, man. Let's see. The people who roll for 1% also high five to them. Yeah, the people who do One Piece are I mean, they're incredible. I mean, think about what an empire they've created. Really, Anne, thank you. I really appreciate that. You said the newest episode was very effective. I was I was a little bit worried. Number one, I got the sound wrong at the beginning. I don't know what happened with the sound. I didn't do anything different, but it recorded so low. So I went back in and changed a bunch of settings to get it go higher. I still think it was way too low. The next thing is I used AI for the first time for the video, and I know some people are like, AI, no, but it's like, how do I film a dream? Like, tell me the setup for filming a dream. If you've got a better idea on how to do it, I'm open ears, But if there's one thing you should use AI for, I think it's to film the surreal, right? We're talking about a budget of 0. That's what I work on. And I feel like that was a pretty good tool to use it. So I'm glad it did work. I'm glad it was effective, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, Anne. I really appreciate that comment. You love anything on cult? Man, Bryce, today I almost bought this book. I wanted to buy it. It was $45, so it was kind of expensive. It was an art history book on stuff drawn about demonology. It looks so interesting. Like the Solomon's 52 demons or whatever, like stuff like that. All kinds of occult ritual stuff and things like that. That kind of artwork is so awesome to me. Like, and that the fact that there was actually like belief behind it and stuff like that. Like they really did believe, like, this guy's at this level of hell and there's like a higher demon above him. Like it was, God, that stuff's interesting to me. They have this giant hierarchy of like evil to match the hierarchy of good that you have in heaven. Amazing. Hey, what's up? All right, I'm gonna call you NFV, okay? NFV, hi, welcome. What do you mean, ew? NFV. Hold on. Yeah, like if you don't like something, dude, just sign off. No one's forcing you to listen to the chat, but Scott, I can't find the Ostoshi video you mentioned. I saw the thumbnail once, but yeah. Ikram, I had to delete it because the sound was so bad, and then I re-uploaded it. I think I can type it in here because I'm on my Unrested account, right? Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll do it right now. Ostoshi Nights. Ba, ba, ba. Oh boy, there we go. There we go. All right, let me copy that. Copy. All right, did that work? Did it let me post it in there? All right, it did. All right, if you don't like demonic things, then sign on off, man. I mean, I don't know, is it your first time in my channel? Like, we've been talking about yokai like so many times before on my channel. I don't know if you know, but yokai are Japanese demons. I mean, kind of strange to sign on and like complain about something that, is a subject matter. Kind of strange, man. I'm not a big fan of proselytizing Christians, so I don't sign on to a chat that's going live and complain like, I don't like this here. And what are you doing here then? Weird, bro. Let's see here. Here we go. What Japanese foods do you miss when you're living in Florida? I mean, I miss like a little bit of everything, honestly, Melissa. Good question, by the way. Um, Probably the things I miss the most is like good ramen, like actually decent ramen. Um, Definitely gyoza, which I mean, actually, that is a Chinese-based food, but they serve it in Japan. Um, of course, sushi, sashimi. And I know people be like, but they sell sushi in America. It's bad, dude. It's bad in comparison. You know, it's like buying a pizza in Japan. That's bad too. Um, just pretty much like a little bit of everything. I like the Japanese rice better and stuff like that. You can get some of the soy sauce and stuff, some of the same stuff they have out there, so that's good. Um, what else? What else is like a big thing I miss? And also, Alejandro, welcome. Oh, Alejandro, yeah. Did my wife help me with the business side? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a ton. Like she was one of the biggest supports ever for that. Like she, pretty much handheld me through how to get the whole thing started as far as like all the government papers you got to fill out and everything like that. I can't read kanji on that level. Hell no. Good question though. Um, do people still do the Yaku Monogatari type of story? Yeah. They still do that. Actually, new note, they usually have, well, not every year, but during the summer, there are some channels who like invite storytellers on, and they set it up that way where the storytellers, like, there's people whose job, like Rakuten's, whose job, it's literally just to like get on there and tell a story. You see them holding the fan, and they've got like, usually I think it's the black kimono on with like the little swirls on it. Um, and who's the one guy? I think Ishikawa is his name. Hold on, let me check. He's really famous. Japanese um, ghost storytellers in Japan. I think it's Ishikawa or Ishigawa. Images. Where's he at? Let's see if I can find a picture of him. Dang, I can't find him offhand. I'm not going to take too much time trying to find this. One of the things that came up, this is a book, do not waste your time buying this. Cassandra Call's book called Nothing But Blackened Teeth. It's the most garbage ass Japanese horror book I've ever read. She tries to like cover like Japanese horror as she, I guess, thinks it goes down. And it's just like if you had the most clueless gaijin ever try to write a ghost story about a place, it seems like she never, I don't know if she actually visited Japan or what, but like it's the worst interpretation ever. Cool title name, Nothing But Black Teeth. Um, but man, what a garbage novel. The worst thing ever was like it got all these great write-ups and everything. Like incredibly one, like what's the thing? What's the quote on the front? New York Times, of course. New York Times bestseller because pretty much everything is brutally delicious. New York Times bestseller. Get out of here. Ugh. I want to make sure no one wastes their time buying that. What else we got? Where I work, everyone leaves ASAP. Working for yourself is better than corpo working. I don't know. Slayer. Well, I think if you've got a good thing going, Slayer Duck, I totally understand what you mean. I personally didn't like it too much running my own company and working for myself. The hiring and firing process is incredibly not fun. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what? I would say if you work for yourself and you don't have to have employees, that's number one, way better. Um, Dealing with customers was not super fun because like I couldn't, you know. I guess the good thing was I had final call. If someone was being a jerk, I'd be like, okay, just go find another school. Peace out. Oh, Pepcard, good question. I'm gonna read this one out loud. In your opinion, what professions in Japan are very hard and underpaid, but most foreigners think it's gonna be great? I think becoming a mangaka is one of them. Yeah, well, first of all, you're right about that. Um, uh, so I would say, let's see, what else would there be there? Um, what would be another one? Oh, I know. Probably one of the best ones that I can list off the top of the head. Traditional arts. So, for example, katana maker, topiary art, bonsai. Um, well, I won't say actually the bunraku, like the kind of plays and stuff you see on, like those people actually get really paid really well. But what kind of sucks about that is unless you're born into a family that already does that, you have no chance of breaking into that industry. So a lot of those traditional arts, you have to do like a long-term apprenticeship that sometimes pays zero. And like there was recently, I don't know how long ago this was. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago. There was a katana artist who posted a job online about it, that they were ready to hire a new apprentice, and it was like apprenticeship for katana, like um, I forget how many years. It was something like you have to dedicate like 3 years of your life and no pay. Um, I think they didn't provide food or anything, and it it was so. I think it was more obnoxious than usual because it actually got reposted on Twitter, and a bunch of Japanese people were like, "Who would be able to do this? Like, who would be able to survive and work this tradition?" And what people always ask, why are a lot of Japanese traditions dying out in Japan? It's like, well, I mean, how do you survive on that, right? And it's a good point. It's a great point. Um, I'd say running your own business in Japan isn't always like a sure win. I did it for a while. It was enough to suffice for a income for me, but I have many other friends who also do it, but they also work like a bunch of other jobs to support their income. Um, that's something I think people think like I'd love to come to Japan and start my own business, and I think, and probably a Slayer Duck, you can actually confirm this no matter what country you're in. When you first start your own business, it's not nonstop profit, right? Like you have to get out of the red first. And I don't know if people just don't have any idea how business works or they're just like not properly prepared when they go into business. But there's a lot of people who think you like step one, open shop, step two, profit. Like it doesn't work like that. I mean, you have to build up a customer base. You have to make sure like you do marketing. You have to get your name out there. You have to build trust. And that's a really hard thing to do as a foreigner in Japan. All right. As a foreigner in Japan, you're unpredictable. All right. They don't know how you're going to react to certain things. So it takes them a while to build trust with you. There's been a way that they've done things for centuries, so they kind of have an idea of how a Japanese person would react in certain situations. With a foreigner who comes from a totally different background, they don't always have that. Speaking of books on the occult and supernatural, I read this a long time ago, and it was the best. Vamps, demons, witches, and ghosts, and even astral travel is covered. Damn, that does sound interesting. It's called Born Guide to the Supernatural World. Awesome. NFV, I didn't call you a man. I used the colloquial, it's okay, man, or okay, man. Like you see, that doesn't really assume any kind of gender. That's, same thing as like dude. Dude isn't a man either. Sorry if you didn't understand that. All right. All right. You didn't know what we were talking about. That's fine. But I mean, just at the same time, like if you do join a stream and people are talking about stuff you don't enjoy, I mean, leaving 2 or 3 comments about how you hate it. Why not just sign off, right? Like I don't understand. Um, have you ever had experiences with supernatural demons? Not me personally. I never had like really any kind of ghost or occult experience. Hey Alejandro, I almost fell asleep because it was relaxing. The AI fits indeed because of the surreal. Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like I can listen to like really horrific stuff and fall asleep to it because to me that's like really calming. There are two types of companies. The type that ask you to go home when things slow down, it backfires because of understaffing, yeah. Or the company that makes you be there even when there's nothing to do, yeah. That's a good point. I did witness Japanese demon in Japantown where I lived in San Francisco. It was my Japanese dentist, a Japanese demon. Also, my middle school band teacher, Mr. Yonemura, was a demon for sure. Are you just being sarcastic as in saying like their personalities were demon-esque? Um, super relaxing and nice. Super relaxing and nice to have good dreams. Yeah. Cigarette, coffee, fruit, sushi, wine, pudding. That's what I ate today. All right. Sounds like a pretty balanced meal there. Low calorie, very good. NFV. Um, y'all or something. I had to wait till the morning because the first 5 seconds freaked me out. I'm mostly just oh, Alejandra, it's okay. I know there's a lot of people who say that they can only listen to it, they can't watch it. I get it though. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm even if you're listening to it, I'm very happy. I did woke up earlier, but yeah, I had a decent sleep and crap coffee. That sucks. I'm on the same boat. I'm back with sandwich and beer. All right, good, Jonah. Glad to hear. Sit down and enjoy that. I started small with anime image board hosting from my basement with an old PC. Slowly ran up profits while keeping my. Oh, okay. Yeah. So look, like I said, you had to start while working your other job, right? I think a lot of people think they can just come to Japan and just like open a company and just make it without like any savings or without like it's just you were obviously very frugal and logistical with how you started everything up. Also, it sounds like an awesome company. What do you Here we go. Perfect advice. Quote this if you want to be your own, create your own business. The side hustle should start while keeping the main job. Very, very good advice. Definitely advice too I'd give to anybody who thinks they're going to do YouTube for a living. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, you better keep working your normal job. Give me a second. Sorry. Put too much in my mouth for a second. Um, Speaking of which, let's see if I have this on here. Give me just a second. Oh, that's right. I can't do that. So this big red dot that you see here with where it says Unrested, we live to succeed in what we die for at the top of my stream here. I'm thinking about making these into t-shirts. I have a friend who's been running his own company. Oh, you guys know him, Dan Lee from Cursed Urban. And his Cursed Urban shirts have been doing really well. And he said, like, if you want to have anything run on my channel as far as that stuff's concerned, like we can add it to the printing. So I'm thinking about making this the Unrested, we live to succeed in what we die for logo on the shirt, just as like a trial thing. I'm not sure if it would work really well, if it would be popular, or if it would just be like the but no matter what, like I want to run it on there if for no other reason because I would buy one myself and wear it. That's one thing I think I'll make my policy is that if I wouldn't wear it myself, like it doesn't look like something I would wear, then I don't want to sell it. Um, I don't know. These days, I feel like anything with too big of a logo on it, or like just too takes up too much of your entire t-shirt, aside from like metal shirts and stuff like that, or like kind of horror big stuff. You don't want to do it unless you're like, I don't know, maybe running in some sort of genre or channel that is really into that. Yeah, and it'll be international. Definitely. You got to make it international these days when you do YouTube as far as like shipping anything. Yeah. It wouldn't be only in America for sure. It would be international. It'd probably be a little more expensive if it's going there, as overseas shipping is always more expensive. But I'll try to keep costs as low as possible. I'm not going to be one of these YouTubers who's like $40 for a T-shirt. I've seen some of these guys who've got it's like 90 to $100 for like a hoodie and like $40 for a T-shirt. It's like, what is it made out of? What do you? What kind of material is this? Um, so definitely. All right. Speaking of that, um, count me in if budget allows it. All right. I'm going to try and keep. I'm not out to make a profit on these. The thing that would be most exciting to me is that people are wearing T-shirts with my channel name on it. That's it. That's all that's exciting to me. I've never done that before. I've never actually sold. Well, I did. I think I did try to do merch a long time ago. It was on some kind of shop setup where you could just like give them your logo and they print it on a bunch of stuff. But it felt just so detached from the channel. No one got it. How much will you sell them for? I'd buy one. Those words resonate with me. I need to see what the lowest is. I would like to keep it somewhere around like $15 max if I can. The biggest thing you're paying for, the most expensive thing, is that I'm going to make the t-shirts black, and printing white on black is like one of the more expensive screen printing things to do because you have to do more than one layer. I only know that from my own days of like making t-shirts and stuff like that. So my in my head, now don't quote me on this, but I'm thinking of like starting it at 15, depending on however much everything else might cost. The highest I'd want to go is like 20. If it's going to go higher than 20, I just won't do it. More than $20 for a t-shirt is like insane to me. All right, let's take a look. What do we have? As for Silent Hill 2, I haven't been playing it on stream much because, frankly, what's happened is they finally made it cloud save, and I've been dying to just like relax on my couch and play it on my Steam Deck. It's kind of what I've been doing too. I have a question for you. Knowing what you know now, the experience you have, if you could go through the school system as a kid to teen, would you pick the Japanese school system or not? No, I would not. Absolutely not. Um, Mostly because I know how I learn now. I know a lot about how I learn. What do we got on my some kind of like piece of cracker? And the way my brain works is not made for the Japanese school system. I would be at the bottom of the class. There's no way I would make it. Um, First of all, math takes a lot more importance over a lot of other subjects. I suck at math. My brain just doesn't work well with math. Number two, there is, a massive amount of kanji you've got to learn every year. I'm not always the greatest at memorizing massive amounts of, instructions. I don't know if, you guys, I think most of you know, but I have dyslexia and I have ADHD. So that's really hard um, that would be a real struggle. Number three, just the way grades matter in Japan. Um, Completely control where you're going to go next as far as your educational career are concerned. Uh, hey, Meta, welcome. Glad to see you here again. Um, so I don't think I would do well. I mean, I look at how my own kids do, and they both did fine. They both got good grades, but I feel like they're uh, many more times more organized and more intelligent than I ever was. Um, they're definitely more disciplined for sure too. I was really highly undisciplined, and it wasn't my parents' fault, man. They literally, because I would get so distracted from everything around me, when it came to homework, they would literally take me, put me in a room, only have a desk in there, and say, "Look, you got to finish your homework before you leave this desk, all right?" And so I'd have to sit there with nothing but my books and my homework and like staring at it, fooling around for a bit and flipping my pencil and looking at it. But eventually I'd have to get it done so that I could get out of there to go play games and stuff. And so but that's what they had to do. I was like so distracted and so like unorganized and discombobulated. Um, there's not always a chance to do that in Japan. There's not a chance to always get away from everything to have time to focus. Um, you know, the form, entity researchers. All right, I'm looking for something short, like maybe like a short game I can start to play while I'm talking to you guys. Alex's Hope, Alex's Solitude. I'm trying to see what I got. There's a bunch of good demos out now. Broken Lore Unfollow. I'm trying to think. Sabacon? Okay, weird. There's a special section now on Steam called, I think it's called Quest Fest, and they tend to have like smaller games on there where you can find short stuff to play. And I'm looking to see if I have any of those downloaded from that section. Sounds very stressful. Don't have lessons until 9 p.m. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they would have lessons. Like, I mean, starting even in elementary school, you would go, my kids would go to school till like 2:30, 2:45, or a late day would be like 3:30 p.m. And then when they would leave, they'd come home. We'd usually like start to get dinner ready and everything for them. They'd eat that, and then they'd have to go to Juku, which would go sometimes from 6 to 9 p.m. And you'd just be like, God, how can you do it? I can't. Ugh, I can't imagine having to do that. If I knew I had more school to go to after I finished school for the day, I don't think I would have the energy. Final prize is soup. We can try this. Give me a second. I don't know how much music and stuff this is going to have. Is it opening or not? Okay, there we go. All right, give me a second. Let me go ahead and capture this. Let's see. Window capture. All right, there we go. Properties. All right, just give me a real quick one here. Okay, it's way too big. It's always way too big. Come on. Where's it at? Window capture. There we go. All right, let's toss it in here. All right, let's shrink this one down. And let's bring that one to the front. There we go. Okay. Make this a little bit bigger. Let's see, I think. All right, I think that's pretty good. All right. Let's see what we can do here to make this a little easier to see. Regular size, screen shake, that's fine. Quillier. I don't hear any sound yet. Okay, guys, just a heads up, content warnings. If any of that stuff triggers you, be careful. Oh, it's a little bit loud. Give me a second. Oh, no, wait. All right, hold on. Actually, I don't think you guys don't hear any sound, right? Any music, right? Properties. Capture audio. Okay. All right, yeah, I think you probably hear it now. Might want to turn down a little bit more. Looks like it's coming in pretty loud. How is that? You don't hear it yet? Okay, you got it now? All right, good. Let me know, am I louder than the music, or do I need to turn it down more, or how does it sound? Too loud, too low? Sound is crisp. All right, sounds good. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab. I forgot to bring something to drink. I'm getting thirsty. I'll start right after that. Okay. Miro, is that Soup Kitchen game? Oh, yeah, it's something like that, Miro. It's called The Final Prize is Soup. I don't know if it's about a soup kitchen. Don't really know much about this game. It just looked interesting, so I thought I'd give it a try. All right. There we go. I think it's a visual novel. Within a crackling red, a suffocating black, my mind seemed to take form from countless ashes. A falling sensation jolted me awake, but my body would not move. A weight upon my legs, a haze upon my consciousness, as if the flow of blood had congealed within my veins. I opened my heavy eyelids and met red. A girl wearing a red dress sat upon my lap, looking at me like one would at a particularly droll statue of a dull museum. I meant to push her off me, yet I was unable to make more than the slightest twitch. And the folly of the design of human flesh, unlike wooden marionettes, despite the stiffness of my muscles and joints, I could still feel the hard seat and backrest. I tried to speak, and in more of the same, my voice did not move. She, too, did not speak. Finally, her eyes, red as blood, met mine. As if acknowledging me, as if dismissing me, she stepped down to the ground. In doing so, she opened up my line of sight. Oh, shoot, what... Finally, her eyes, red as blood, met mine. As if acknowledging me, as if dismissing me, she stepped... Wait, what? Okay. I glanced around, still frozen. This was a place filled with shadow and little else. I seemed to spot an outline of a door by a far wall, which was also covered in darkness. Thus, a glint of light, where there was no light, instantly caught my eye. A blade, a scalpel. The girl held a small surgical knife that, at this very moment, she let go of. That which fell to the ground. Rather than a clink or bounce, it was devoured by the floor and melted away. A fanciful thought flitted across my mind that this was a dream. She did not speak. I could not speak. My tongue stiff in my mouth, my limbs feeling not my own. Slowly, I regained control of my body and pushed myself up to my feet. A wave of vertigo washed over me as I wobbled to balance. I glanced behind me, finding that the chair that I must have been sitting on and the same darkness that covered the rest of this space. Finished, I warily looked back toward the girl. Where was this? Who was she? I tried to remember how I arrived at this situation. Nothing. I couldn't remember anything. Instead of feeling a budding headache at my temple and a sour sensation bubbling in my gut. No one would search for me. A face crossed my mind as if to contradict me. Maybe the person who I pushed away would, but the thought didn't give me any sense of relief. You have already died. An unfamiliar voice, the voice of the girl wearing red, broke the silence. This is the afterlife, the courts of Diu. Welcome to the final court, the 11th court, where you will be judged. I was dead, she said. The afterlife, she said. To think that my forebears were right. Courts were a major part of the traditional subterranean afterlife of Diu, a concept formed from a mixture of Buddhist ideas and traditional Chinese ideas. Yeah, I figured this game was Chinese. The number was commonly stated to be 10, but I had heard of variants, albeit not 11. Then again, this wasn't my area of study, rather information that person would mention now and then when something piqued her interest. Was I in such a shock that my mind would wander so? Hailu. So I'm dead. Is this were Hailu? Yes. She looked at me as if I were a fool. Without waiting, she continued her script. I am the judge of the 11th court of hell. You have been disqualified from entering the cycle of reincarnation by your sins in life. Your fate as a sinner will be determined by this court. Therefore, you may not drink Meng Po's forgetfulness soup. Meng Po was a goddess of Naihi Bridge in the underworld, serving a soup that would wipe the memory of all who drank it. All the souls had to drink the soup before they could reincarnate to the next life, stripped from the burdens of their previous life. Judge, okay, her name's Judge now. Instead, you are given a chance to participate in a trial set by King of the 11th Court, a game of life, 3 rounds, 3 tests. Should you pass all 3, then you will be brought forth before the court to win the qualification for rebirth or undo your death. What did it mean to undo my death? I narrowed my eyes. Hold on. I narrowed my eyes in contemplation, thinking of all the false claims of resurrection made by religious fanatics of all sorts. I, of course, wanted to live again. Somewhere deep in my bones, I had already accepted that I was dead. What sorts of tests? Dangerous enough, difficult enough. What happens if I refuse to enter this game of life? You will be judged to have lost all and eaten alive. You have no obligation to participate. Simply do nothing, and everything will end. No, just wanted to check. I have no intention of giving up before I even get started. I looked around again, finding no one but her and me. Super Robot, welcome. It's probably been already asked, but are you back in Japan or still in America? Both places, but I am in America for the school year, and then I go back to Japan for the end of the school year. So May, I'll be back in Japan all the way till August, and then I come back to America again. So I'm living between both countries right now. Good question, though. Don't worry about it. If someone asked it already, it's okay if you ask it again. Don't worry. Why was I the only one chosen for this? Haha, why do you think? There are plenty of other dead who will also play this game, deciding whether you want to fight over the prize with them once you meet yours is a prerogative. A low bell rang. She tilted her head upward, gazing into the dark. My task is finished. I have been called away by the king, so I will take my leave now. Not looking for an answer from me, she turned to leave and stepped partway into the shadows. Before parting, she glanced back towards me and pointed at the door by the far wall. Just one more thing. Pass through that door to enter the first test, the first game. If you are still interested in playing. Then she walked fully into the shadows and disappeared from my sight. I was now all alone. Super Robot, I was just talking about Silent Hill 2. Yep, I've played it. I'm about, where am I at right now? I'm currently in the movie theater with Laura, that little girl, and what's his face, who keeps eating popcorn. That's where I'm at right now. Don't spoil anything for me. I mean, I kind of know the whole story, but I'm loving it. It's great. I'm very happy with it. All I had to do was walk through that door, but I hesitated. The continuing low sound of the bell sent chills through my spine. As I stalled, the darkness approached. Before I realized, a chair was behind me and was swallowed whole. I stumbled, trying to avoid the shadows that had reached my feet. It extended towards me, and I backed away further, but despite the black barely touching my shoes, I felt my hands upon my neck and cold burning. I gasped, forcing myself towards the door, tearing off the invisible things grabbing me. They seemed to try and drag me back, making my skin burn. Yeah, right, Super Robot? I think it turned out amazing. Like, I think Bloober Team really hit it. The guy who plays James is an amazing actor. The voice acting's way better. I know some people complain that it's like longer than the old game and that there's extra stuff added, but I think that's okay. The stuff they added, first of all, was great. Their attention to detail was great. The story is still the same, but great. I really don't know why anyone's complaining. The graphics look incredible. Like, I mean, there's like tiny little things everywhere that are, you know, beautiful little Easter eggs. And I've even watched interviews with the actor who played James, and like he's really like he went back and like watched old playthroughs of the older games, like talked to some of the older actors from the last games and stuff. Like, it's really good. The girl who plays Angela is really good. I don't know what people's problem was with the actress who played Angela. I don't get it. I gasped, forcing myself towards the door, tearing off the invisible things. I ran. I had to run. The darkness chased. I reached the door. I could not see the other side, despite it appearing more like a hole in the wall than a door now that I was a mere step away. I had to go. Propelling myself through it. Hold on, I gotta get a drink. Oh, gotta stay hydrated. Propelling myself through it with my hands against the frame, I passed through the doorway. A strange light, so similar to the absence of light, enveloped me. Then I was falling. I grunted as I dropped unceremoniously to the ground. Despite landing on my feet, I slipped on the wet grass and rolled a couple of meters down the hill. Ugh. It took me a moment to reorient myself on the ground. When the world finally stopped spinning, I stood, brushed all the dirt off my clothes as best I could, and observed my surroundings. There wasn't much to comment on. I was in a deserted park of a dark forest. Trees and shrubbery surrounded me on all sides. Visibly was minimal, but moonlight streamed through the gaps within the leaves. Suddenly, a rustling broke out through the natural quiet. Perhaps I wasn't alone after all. There was something in the foliage. Before I could investigate, a familiar voice filled the sky. Welcome to the first round of the game of life. It was a girl in the red dress. Like her voice came from the speakers of a stadium, she was nowhere to be seen, yet could be heard everywhere. The rules are simple. You have 9 hours to arrive at the bottom of the mountain. Alive, of course. I'll be your judge. Good luck. I bit back a chuckle. She couldn't hide the sarcasm in her well wishes if she tried. Well, at least downhill was always easier than uphill. I began walking in the direction the ground seemed to slope downward. I did my best to ignore the eerie feeling of something watching me from within the foliage as I searched my pockets. Yeah, I didn't mind the extra stuff that was added. Like, it didn't detract from the overall game, so I thought it was fine. Anything horror-related that has stood out to you recently? Yeah, me too. Like, I felt the same way. Like, I don't know. I saw people complaining. They're like, there's just a lot of added garbage that slows down the game's story. And it's like, I don't feel like that. Horror-related stuff that's really stood out to me recently. I've been watching the Kawaii Sugi files. Oh, Super Robot, I just put out a new Osoroshi on the Osoroshi Nights channel. Hold on. If you haven't seen it, that's a brand new one that just came out. Also, a couple viewers on here, I forget who exactly, got me to start watching these things called Kawaii Sugi files. I'd highly recommend it, Super Robot. If you're interested, like you got a hunger for more Japanese horror or anything like that, check out the Kawaii Sugi files. They're excellent. My son and I have been watching them recently, and we've been pretty impressed. I did my best to ignore the eerie feeling of something watching me. Okay, I already said that. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Do I have anything that might help me get down the mountain in one piece? Not much at all. No wallet, no phone, not even a lighter. At least the moon was bright tonight. Despite the darkness of the forested mountain, I had enough light to ensure I would walk right into a tree. Excellent, thank you, Super Robot. Actually, thank you for sticking with me for so long. If you've been watching Osadoshi Saturday, that means you've been with me for probably a good 5 to 10 years, depending on when you started. And I always appreciate viewers who've been watching for a long time, so thank you. 9 hours wasn't terribly long, but it was enough to lose strength to thirst and hunger. Thankfully, I didn't feel hungry or thirsty right now. But just in case, I would spend some time looking for a river, or a sharp scream sliced through my thoughts and sent shivers up my spine. Making my heart race in my chest, I jumped at the sound, turning in every direction to identify its origin. Ah! Then a scream began to diminish, the noise of crunching and squelching, reminding me of a large dog feasting upon the fleshy reward, reached my ears. I ran towards the source. Might have been dangerous, but I couldn't just leave someone. So naively I thought. Dashing towards the noise, not news. Dashing towards the noise, I felt my stomach turn as the animalistic eating increased in volume, and further dread came upon me as I realized that I could no longer hear the person. I skidded to a stop before a ridge, finding the level ground, stopped a few meters in front of me. The sound came from below. Walking towards the edge to peer downward, I wondered if they would be alright. I don't think so, dude. That train of thought died as soon as I saw what became of the person, or what became of the remains of the person. They were dead. I wasn't a person. I wasn't a human being. It was just a pile of flesh. Woo! A few meters below the ridge where I stood, a pack of monsters hunched over something terribly red, tearing inwards from the lifeless sack of what once had been human. Words were caught in my throat. My lungs stuttered with each breath. As much as my brain screamed at me to run, I couldn't tear my eyes away from the scene. As soon as I thought that, one of the monsters turned its head. Red dots in the depth of its black pits met my eyes. Oh. Tara A. Devlin I listen to all the time. Kababana is a spooky podcast, so I put that one on. Yeah, Tara's got some great stuff, man. She's been going for a long time. I actually joined her Discord for a little while, but I found it wasn't like too inviting. Like, it was like if you hadn't been there for a long time, they were kind of like, okay, whatever. They really weren't interested in like inviting new people. I felt like I could be wrong. That could have just been the wrong impression that I got, but I just kind of felt like, oh, okay, they've been doing this for a while. They're kind of cliquish at this point. Tara's nice though. She was very nice. I asked her one time. I said, "Can I add any suggestions for a scary story?" And she said, "Actually, I've got like piles and piles of scary stories, so I don't really need anything new. But thank you." So I thought, wow, man, where does she got it all from? I wonder where she gets it from. She probably, I think, because she can read and speak Japanese pretty well, I think she's able to just go on like boards like 4chan and stuff like that. I mean, not 4chan, Nichan. Yeah, Nichan, sorry. And get stuff from there. Huh? 4chan's garbage. I mean, it's okay. If you love 4chan, great, super. As far as scary stories are concerned, I never thought 4chan. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I like scary stories, and they just don't really have very good scary stories on there. As soon as I thought that, one of the monsters suddenly turned its head. Red dots met my eyes. If those teeth caught me, I would be done. My sense of equilibrium collapsed. My legs turned to jelly, causing me to fall behind. Ooh, whoa. This is pretty well done for like a visual novel. It let out a howl and jumped towards me, thankfully unable to climb up to me and reach me. Yet sensing my presence above the edge, just a few meters tall, it began to slam and scrape against the rocks to find a handle to grab. Yeah, right, Super Robot? You agree, right? Yeah. That was finally enough for my brain to get my legs to work. I scrambled to my feet and ran. I dashed through the forest in the opposite direction of those creatures, hoping I was still going downhill and not into a den of monsters. As I ran past trees and shrubs, a sudden light caught my eye. A bobbing orb within the foliage appeared to be approaching me, the light flickering in and out as it disappeared behind leaves intermittently. My breath hitched. No, no, no! I didn't know what the light could be, but considering I just saw a pack of monsters eating the last person that screamed, I didn't want to find out, and picked another direction to run. Firework. I think I know what you're talking about. That's like a 2D side-scroller, am I correct, Super Robot? It's a horror game, but it's 2D side-scroller. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. How many more monsters can be? As I twisted, the ground beneath me disappeared. My foot hit something hard, and the sky swung outside of my field of view. As grass and rocks came hurtling towards me. I crashed into the ground, just barely able to stop myself from face-planting straight into the dirt. Terror gripped my heart. Did something catch me? What? When I turned around, I saw only a metal pipe and a hiking backpack on the ground. All right, I'm James Sutherland now. What tripped me was nothing more than a pair of inanimate objects, innocuously scattered apart by my impact. Their presence was almost laughable in the place of what I found. My heart wanted to relax and stop thumping for a moment, filled with self-ridicule at my overreaction. Then I saw the light flickering through the trees again. Too close, too close. I had to leave now. Kind of a puzzle visual novel. Fireworks, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it did look really interesting. All right, so you're saying it's pretty decent. I almost thought about picking it up, so I'll take that suggestion. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, now that you've said that. Give me a second, guys. I actually thought, oh, it's on sale right now, too. All right. All right. I just added it to my cart. What is this one? What are the reviews on? Oh, very positive. All right. One or more of the items has changed. Nah, I think I'll check out. Continue to payment. 432. I'm actually finishing buying it right now. Install. Oh, actually, you know what? I should pause it. I just paused it from installing. I was gonna mess up my kbps. All right. All right. Fireworks just bought it. It's only like $1.99 or something right now, so definitely worth it. All right. Let's get back to the game. I don't think this one's going to last much longer. If I finish this up pretty soon, I'll try that out next. Because this is, I think, only a demo, if I'm correct. My legs wobbled, and the glow was upon me before I could get up. I squeezed my eyes shut, bracing myself for the end. I was done for. Whatever monster I was running away from was going to eat me. The first bite never came. Yeah, I know it's crazy cheap right now, so I'm gonna... Actually, you know what I'm gonna try after this? I'm gonna see if I can get it so I can sync my Steam Deck to be able to let me just play from there. Because I've been really trying to make it so I could play my Steam Deck while streaming, and you guys are able to see what I'm doing. I gotta see if that's possible. I think if I stream it from my computer to my Steam Deck, it'll work. Whoever stood before me, they did not speak. However, perhaps it wasn't a monster. When I opened my eyes, it was a pretty face that greeted me, her usual gloomy disposition broken by the surprise in her eyes. It was a familiar face, her eyes averting mine as she too recognized me. Was I dreaming? Mimi? My heart started thumping for a different reason, cold sweat breaking out from nervous awkwardness instead of fear. She was Mimi. No, not Mimi. Her name was Chang Yan-chu, and my former girlfriend. I use the term former not because I had died, but because we broke up a few weeks ago, and it wasn't... I swallowed those feelings like I swallowed her name from my lips. Miss Shushu. Lulu? Shuang Hailu. Oh, Hailu. Oh, Hailu is the name. Okay. Yes, Chang Yan-chu. We spoke each other's full names, mutually discarding the pet names that we once called each other when we were in love. Hailu. I'm just going to call... Your main character is Hailu. I'm just going to say Hailu and Yanshu. Hailu and Yanshu were no longer dating. Hailu and Yanshu were dead. I finally gathered my thoughts. I didn't expect to see you here. Neither do I. No, neither did I. Past tense. You're here for the game of life as well? A rhetorical question. Who would go hiking deep in the mountains at this hour of the night? Certainly not. Certainly not me, Shang Yanshu. Certainly not Yanshu. Okay, Hailu's saying this to Yanshu. Okay, certainly not Yanshu. She was much more of an indoor girl. Yes. At least the task seems simple. We just have to get to the bottom of the mountain. It's always easier to go down than up. Like our relationship. Easy? There are monsters on our trail. Monsters? Yeah, I saw them eating one of the contestants. I didn't know how to best describe the scene. My blood running cold as I remembered vividly the monsters eating. However, it seemed I didn't need to. She didn't doubt my words. She trembled as she looked at her phone, and it took everything not to reach out and give her a hug. This was a bad dream. We would wake up and we would be... I sighed internally. Why did I do this to myself? I couldn't let the past go. I couldn't let the past cloud over the present. Still, looking at the way she clutched her phone, trembling at the mere mention of monsters, made me waver in my convictions. It occurred to me that she would never make it out alive on her own. Alive. That seemed to be the wrong phrase. I can't believe we're both dead. This is one hell of a coincidence. Coincidence? A horrible one, but yeah. What was that line for interacting with and helping your ex? Despite my indecision, there was one thing I had no doubt about. It didn't matter that we broke up. I didn't want her to be dead. Should we team up? Terror was still evident in her face, but there was a light of hope in her eyes from my words. She hesitantly reached out, and She hesitantly reached out a hand towards me, but retracted it before I could go with her. With a slight shake of her head and a slight nod, she gave me the slightest smile. If you'll have me. Alright, so is Hailu a girl or a boy? Like, it looked like a girl avatar. I thought Hailu was a girl, but are we a boy? I mean, it's, hey, I'm cool with whatever. I'm not trying to judge on this, but I'd like to know, like, what did you guys think? Did you think Hailu, the main character we are, is a boy or a girl? We chatted about our situation for a few minutes and then debated on what we should do. We couldn't find an answer beyond playing this cruel game. Yanshu tilted her head towards the objects on the ground. What do we have here? Alright, we got the backpack. I dug through the backpack. I tripped over. A couple of bottles of water, a variety of snacks, and a first aid kit. What kind of snacks do they have in hell? I pulled the items out one by one to show Yanshu. And I guess this. I picked up a metal pipe laying by the backpack and swung it a couple of times. I didn't harbor any optimism about its effectiveness against man-eating monsters, but it was a weapon. There's a note from 11. I guess 11 is the 11th judge. Lucky boxes will be scattered throughout the mountain for players to use as they please. I suppose this is one of them. 11? Oh, the girl in the red dress. She appeared to tell me I'm dead. Did she not appear before you? I think it was her voice who announced the start of the game. I held my hand out for the note, which Yanshu handed to me. The calligraphy on the red paper was stunning, taking me out of the dreary forest just for a moment, each delicate curve and stroke perfectly sized, indicating masterful control over a brush. I felt my lips curled upwards involuntary as a softness filling my chest. There was a saying that beautiful people had beautiful handwriting. It was unfair. Oh, her, yeah, she appeared in front of me too. Oh wait, so Yanshu didn't know Hailu had seen number 11 judge. She never gave me her name, so I've just been calling her 11 in my head. I see. I don't know her name either. It'll be easier to call her 11. I briefly wondered what her real name was. As I repacked the backpack, I decided to ask the next time I saw her. Yanshu? She looked up from her phone and guiltily placed it in sleep mode. How did she get to bring her phone to the afterlife? I don't understand. Have you tried calling for help? She chewed on her lip and shook her head before turning the phone on again to call. There's no signal. What had she been using the phone for this whole time? That's too bad. Hey, maybe you should turn that off. I can barely see our surroundings with that blue light. Ah, sorry. Besides that, what if it runs out of battery at a time we need it? Oh, that's not a problem at all. My mouth dropped open, but words could not adequately describe my shock as I watched her fishing through her pockets and pull out a hand-crank charger. Is there such a thing as a hand-crank charger? See? Now I can charge my phone as much as I want. Charging your phone like that would still take time. Let's leave it on sleep mode for now until we find somewhere safe with reception. Okay. She agreed and put it away. Backpack on my shoulders, metal pipe in my hand, Yanshu following close behind me, we resumed our journey to the bottom of the mountain. We walked and walked and walked for a long time. I couldn't tell how long we had been walking. Was this even downward? What if the monster appeared beyond the next bush? Every rustle of foliage, every breeze of mountain air, every single little sound kept the two of us on the edge, especially when the ground went up and down and shadows moved with the moon. Despite my anxieties, I kept my face stoic. If I broke down now, I would never make it through this game alive. I think so, but they're not very effective. Oh, the charger, yeah. Not just me, but her too. Eventually, Eleven's voice came once again from the sky. It is now the hour of the ox. You have 4 more hours to make it to the base of the mountain. Okay. I haven't had to do any choices or anything yet. Does this game ever have any choices? We've just been reading. 4 more hours meant that we had a little less than half the time left. I didn't know why the judge felt so kind as to let us know the time, but something else she said bothered me. Hour of the ox. It means the hours between 1 and 3 in the morning. Oh, learn something new every day. We continued to walk, following the slight slope downwards. Some mountains could take days to climb. The same probably held true for descending such mountains. I could only hope this wasn't one of them. Although my legs grew tired... Hold on. As long as my legs grew tired, I could feel my pace slowing, but the distance between us seemed to be growing each moment. Thus, I slowed to a stop and turned to look at her. I couldn't keep ignoring the panting behind me. Yanshu really wasn't made for the outdoors. Yanshu, let's take a break. As soon as the words left my mouth, I felt the weight upon my shoulders rush through my whole body and the aching of my feet intensified. Hi, I can't keep going. I shook my head. No, I'm tired as well. This backpack is killing me. With a thump, I dropped the backpack to the ground and took a seat in a grassy patch by some foliage. I rubbed my shoulders, stretching a bit, and began rummaging through the backpack for food, water that we found inside before. Some refreshments would go a long way right now. It was an awful night for a midnight picnic, but I handed her a bottle of water anyways, rummaging through the snacks included in my lucky box. I picked out some potato chips and pretzels for Yanshu. She perked up immediately and took the bag, enthusiastically tearing it open and munching happily on her snacks. I smiled. She always looked the cutest, eating her favorite salty foods. Then I bit back the smile and forced a frown. I needed to stop thinking like this. We ate mostly in silence. Perhaps it was due to the fact that there were monsters hunting us, or perhaps it was due to this being the first meal we shared since breaking up. It didn't matter. I wasn't able to think of anything I was willing to say anyways. After eating, Yanju sat cross-legged by me and took out her phone and hand crank. I suppose we were safer now than before, since I didn't hear any monsters nearby. Taking a quick glance around, I couldn't see anything in our proximity. I couldn't scold her for this. She turned the crank in her hands, brows drawn and completely focused on the task. Yet the speed she was going wouldn't generate nearly enough energy to charge a temporary lamp for 2 minutes, let alone a phone. Do I help Yanshu or scout the area? Scout the area. Alright guys, time to get you involved. I'm gonna go grab some of these protein crackers I got, and you guys choose what we're doing. Scout the area at 100%. Okay. Let it be. I decided to leave her to it. I'll look around the area. Okay. She looked as though she wanted to say more, but decided to focus on her phone once again. Good thing she averted her eyes because I couldn't keep my face from pinching in annoyance. I sighed as I turned away. Oh, the polls. I'm sorry, guys. I should have waited longer. The poll. I mean, we still chose the right thing, but the poll changed. I should have given you more time. I apologize. Even in death. I barely walked far enough from the sound hand crank to disappear when the temperature around me dropped several degrees. Strange. Is that normal in a forest? I never spent too much time in the woods at night. Pulled my jacket tighter around me, against the sudden chill. 11 suddenly appeared from atop a tree. Her feet delicate on the branch, red dress stark contrast to the world around us. I must be seeing things. Oh, shoot, what just happened? As soon as I thought that, however, the image of 11 proved me wrong. alighted from the tree, dropping elegantly to the dirt below. Tsk. She shook her clothes, as if to ensure no specks of dust or dirt managed to stick itself to the hem of her skirt. I chewed my bottom lip to prevent myself from smiling. Why did she remind me of a cat, preening itself in preparation for a pet? What are you doing here? 11 gave me a sharp look, clicking her tongue again. I am the judge. Of course I have to be here. To ensure everything goes smoothly for the trial given by the king of the 11th court. Oh, I see. A solid reason, even if it made my heart miss a beat in disappointment. We stood in silence for a few moments, and sensing that I was losing my chance, I quickly asked, "Can I ask you a question?" It's a right all creatures with a brain and voice have. Even if she meant it somewhat sarcastic, I couldn't help but want to laugh. I bit my bottom lip again in order to keep my chuckle contained. Is there more to judging than just passing the games? Of course there is. Ha! Perhaps I ought to cozy up with you to get better marks. 11 raised an eyebrow at me for a moment. I was afraid she took my joke serious. I'm just kidding. Let sleeping tigers lie. She might have been a pretty face, but I wasn't a naive fool. She was far too suspicious to trust, let alone to cozy up to. A joke or two is fine, but anything more would be foolish on my part. Are you that impatient for reincarnation? Oh, I don't really care for that. I just want to go back to being alive. To that life of yours, even though it ended so cruelly? She spoke as if she knew how I died. The question stopped upon the tip of my tongue. Just for a moment, I wondered if I wanted to know. She shook her head. Forget it. It's always the brightest flames that burn the most beautiful and the fastest. I didn't see how that applied to me. What about you, then? You'd rather be reincarnated? I don't have anything to miss in my old life, so I certainly wouldn't care to return to it. Besides, I wouldn't be allowed to. What? 11 suddenly turned, saying her next words over her shoulder. You ought to get moving. Are you sure you can waste time chatting with me like old scholars at a tea shop? It's not a waste if it's entertaining to you. You failing in the first game would be plenty entertaining too. Despite the coldness of her choice of words, I felt a sense of care and comfort in her tone. So we have a bit of a tryst here. Yeah, Super Robot, you're right, dude. Scouting ahead, I thought that was a good idea too. So guys, good choice, by the way. I agree with you totally. Helping her crank the battery makes no sense. It's something she can functionally do on her own. Then she disappeared into the night before I could retort. I looked around the area, seeing no traces left of 11, and I shook my head. It was for the best. She was right. I shouldn't be wasting time. So I pretty much see what's happening here. You're there with your ex-girlfriend, right? Meanwhile, the judge obviously likes your character. And so she's giving you a bit of a heads up that, be careful, do this and this. And there is a chance for some kind of relationship between you and the judge of the game. But you also need to make a decision on your past relationship that you broke up with. But, twist. She said you died cruelly, right? There was a horrible end to your life. What if it was your ex-girlfriend who did something horrible to kill you? I made my way back to where Yanshu was sitting. Once she saw me, she put the handcrake away and stood. Based on her restless expression, it was likely that she couldn't get the phone charged much. Oh, what a surprise. Let's get going. Yeah. What do you guys think? Any theories? If you had a choice between Yanshu and the Judge 11, which one would you choose? Actually, you know what? Give me a second here, guys. Yeah. What's wrong, buddy? Okay. What are you in the mood for? Huh? hurry. Okay, that's gonna take a little while. Give me a second, okay? Okay, I can definitely do rice. Start a poll. Just rice only. Okay, all right. I can get that started for you. Give me 1 second. Ask a question. Who should we fall in love with? Okay. There you go, guys. Now this one, take your time, okay? I'm not even sure if this is really going to be an option, but I just want to see. We walked in silence. There wasn't much to talk about. Most of our energy was spent keeping our ears and eyes out for monsters. Growth. Both at the same time. All right. I mean, yeah, they kind of have their own things going, but after what felt like hours of being on edge, our fragile peace was destroyed, perhaps. We grew complacent, perhaps the trees... Oh. She's so low. I like the new name. Tara Devlin mentioned. Yeah, Tara's great, man. She's got excellent stuff. I've definitely learned a lot from her that even I didn't know as far as like horror is concerned in Japan. Most of the movies, though, and games that she reviews, I know almost all of those. Perhaps the trees and bushes blocked our way, or the moonlight hit our eyes too harshly. I didn't know if I saw them first or heard them first. Uh-oh. A pair of monsters knelt in, clearing, teeth ripping into the remains of someone's leg. Oh my goodness. Is she Irish? I thought she's from Australia. I could be wrong though, but I was pretty sure Tara was from Australia. White bone gleamed in the moonlight, sinew still fresh and red. I barely had the chance to exhale when their ears twitched and 4 red dots pointed in our direction. Run! I shoved Yanshu behind me. The first monster swiped at me, barely parried it with the metal pipe. Yeah, I think you're right. Definitely Australia. Hi, Lou. Get out of here. Look for help or find a weapon. My other arm reached out and I smashed it with the pipe. And the sound of nails on metal made me cringe. But hi, Lou. The monster interrupted her with a howl. I held the metal pipe in front of me just in time to block a few pointy, rotten teeth. I gotta say, like, the animation and the pictures and everything like that is really good. Like, they obviously put a lot of work into this visual novel. I know because I've actually programmed a few visual novels. I think they could have added some sound effects. Like, there's no sound effects in this. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, sound volume, but there's no sound effects. Oh, with the name Tara, I thought it was Irish. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. I guess we'll save our game. Return. The monster interrupted her with a howl, and I held the metal pipe in front of me just in time to block the maul of the pointy, rotten teeth. Yanju, listen to me. You're just a liability. Hurry up and get out of here. Ooh, that was kind of mean. I heard the crunch of leaves as she ran away. Looking back at the monsters, I swallowed nervously. I put up a brave face in front of Yanshu, but all I wanted to do was run with her. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's definitely true that a lot of Aussies have that background. But I mean, the Australian accent is really quite different from, I mean, I don't know, I hear a difference. And I'm going to give you guys a real clear hint as to ever tell if someone's Australian. Irish, British, and Scottish tend not to use the word reckon. If you ever hear the word reckon, you know, that means they're probably Australian. Even when I've said that to Australian and British people, they're like, you know what? You're right. That's actually true. The Hill of Tara. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, 100% different. Yeah, it's pretty... And plus, Australians have, like, a lot of their own, like, slang. Their slang is really different. Like, Arvo, I don't think I've ever heard anybody in the UK call afternoon Arvo. The monsters let out a growl, and the skin around their mouths, too, stretched into what felt like a smile. The next sounds were breathy, repetitive growls. Are they laughing? Wow, big ups for Judge 11. Holy cow. All right, guys. I'm going to take my time on this one, let you guys judge for a little bit. I have a feeling we're supposed to run on this one, right? I'm Irish. You're right. There's definitely a difference in accent. Okay, yeah, I mean, I thought so, Super. Oh, man. I'm not any kind of expert on accents whatsoever. I'll be honest, when I first got to Japan, I met like a ton of Australians and people from UK, all over UK. I realized they don't want me to always clump it together as they're all like kind of their own unique nations, but I'd say when I first got there, I really could not tell the difference at all. Like, I really thought, like, is there really a difference between Australian and British accents, or Scottish or Irish? Well, I mean, in Scottish, I think everybody can notice the difference between a Scottish accent, right? But like Wales, for example, like I didn't notice a massive difference between Wales. But the longer I lived there and the longer I had friends who were, especially from Australia, I really noticed a big difference. I was like, oh, yeah, it's really noticeable. You know what really blows my mind? The actor, the Super Robot, did you know this? The actor who plays James, he's British. I'm like, he just does like an American accent, like no problem whatsoever. I had no idea he would have been like British. All right, I'm going to give this probably a couple, like maybe one more minute, and then I'm going to choose what to do. Deco, what would you do? What would you do, sweet boy? I'd eat them. They look yummy, right? Might be an American phenomenon, but generally it seems like we will use our ancestors' ethnic backgrounds to describe ourselves, like Irish American, etc. Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, we do tend to act very much like our ethnic background. I mean, you know, I'm German American, and I mean, I'm gotta be on time. Like, I can't stand not being on time. If there's rules, I'm pretty big about following rules. If if there's a need for cleaning things up, like I need to clean and organize. As you can probably always tell in the background, I don't have an Asmon Gold house, right? My place, I keep spick and span, and pretty Spartan too. So, I mean, there is aspects of us that we definitely inherit. We came over, my grandparents were the first ones to come over during World War II. They came over when Nazis were going after Catholics at that point, and my family's Catholic, so they left. I can watch you with no interruption. Is there usually interruptions? Oh, like... Okay, so what do we got? Uh-oh, wait, are we exactly split? $50-50. All right, we're gonna let Maki break the choice. Maki, we got 2 monsters in front of us. We're not a great fighter or anything like that. We have a metal pipe to fight them. Do we fight or run? Okay, Maki says fight. He's broke the tie. Their overconfidence annoyed me. Ha! I raised the pipe and dashed towards the closest monster. The monster's eyes widened in surprise as I bashed its head with the pipe. It dropped to the ground, momentarily stunned as the other monster leapt towards me. I swiped the pipe again, hitting its shoulder, and thankfully, I was able to redirect its path enough to miss landing on me. The other monster was back, however, and I barely rolled out of its way as it sank its claws into the ground where I was standing. This doesn't sound good, but we'll see. I pushed myself up to a crouching position just in time for one of the monsters to leap at me again. No time to run. I raised the pipe in an attempt to shield myself, but... The monster screamed as the pipe snagged on its skin, slicing as I made the swing through its torso. It wasn't enough to kill it, but the monster dropped to the ground beside me, clutching itself and writhing in pain. The pipe, thanks to the momentum, bent at a nearly 90-degree angle. The other monster looked at its companion, then back at me. I'll kill you too! Even if they understood my words, that was hardly a threat, and it certainly was not scared. The second monster leapt at me, and I held the pipe up to block. Yanshu, I'll outrun it. I think I want to say outrun it, but I want you guys to choose because I've let you do this so far. No, not yet. We're actually surviving, surprisingly. What does it mean, Yanshu? I hate you. Yanshu, I hate you. Oh, why you need so much cuddles right now? What's wrong? Is it the scary monster on there? Is it making you spooked out? We're just gonna say... Yan. Oh no. My poor baby's scared. No, don't leave. I miss your cuddles. Alright, bye. Yanju and... Outrun. Deko-chum. Deko-chum. Okay. So, do we shout Yanshu's name, or do we outrun? Game too scary for poor Deko. This reminds me of a choose-your-own-adventure book. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way visual novels are, really. You're totally right. They're pretty much like a digital choose-your-own-adventure. By the way, good reminder, choose-your-own-adventure stuff. Oh, by the way, Tim, I saw your stuff in there, man. It looked awesome in the art. The art channel on our Discord. It's looking great, man. Speaking of which, where's Luna? Where's Luna tonight? Outrun. Looks like outrun is what we're going to do. All right, I'll give us like maybe 30 more seconds to answer, but I'm glad you guys are choosing outrun. I also feel like we're kind of pushing our luck here. Yeah, Tim, man, you were a big fan of Choose Your Own Adventures? I was a massive fan of that. The ones I remember the best are Space in the year, no, it's called like Beyond the Year 3000, Space, Journey to the Black Hole, Don't Leave, I Want to Pet You. That's the story with the cat. Really? There's one called Don't Leave, I Want to... Or are you just making that up with my cat? Or some of the other ones. I Was a Teenage Werewolf. My Life as a Shark. What else was there? I remember there was that one that was like Mystery of the Statue of Liberty. I liked them, man. They were good. Alright, I'm gonna end the poll. And it looks like we're doing Outrun here. I'll outrun it. I broke my stance and turned to run. But I had changed my mind too late. Oh shoot, the monster's claws reached my leg and slashed my calf. I crashed into the ground, but caught myself before my head hit the grass. I immediately tried to crawl away, but my leg was still trapped within the monster's hand. It clawed towards me and as I raised my pipe to bash it across the head. Get off me! It worked. The monster released to protect its own head. In a whine and swiped at the pipe. In an unlucky hit, the pipe broke in two. It was too short to be a weapon now. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I was a good distance away and the monster was still dazed from the hit. I gave its head, but it wouldn't be long before... Oh, okay, I see. Should I try to run? How far would I be able to get? Could I actually outrun it? A blur appeared before my eyes and cut my panic. Die! Carrying a large rock, she bashed it over the monster's head. Yanju's skinny arms were unexpectedly able to carry its weight as she hit it over the head again and again. Yikes, Yanju got some ups. Damn! Combined with a blow I gave it earlier, the monster finally lost its strength to fight back and stopped moving at the ground by Yanju's feet. Yanju gasped as she dropped the rock, staring at the lifeless monster with tears in her eyes. She stumbled backward, lost her arms began to shake. The rock must have been very heavy, yet she looked towards me, safe and alive. She gave me an expression of relief that must have been matched by whatever expression was on my face right now. No, she helped kill the monster. The monsters were defeated, and we were all right. However, I didn't know how many monsters there were in this mountain. If any heard the sound of our fight, they might come this way. Neither Yanju nor I prepared to fight another set of monsters. The only thing we could do right now was run. Run to the finish line and get out of this madhouse. I pulled myself up and grabbed her arm, taking her with me away from the clearing. Don't get stunned now. We need to get out of here before more monsters come. Right. We ran and ran. I hoped that we were at least running in the direction of the finish line. After several minutes of running, we stopped to catch our breath. There were no sounds of monsters nearby, so I dropped to the ground, adrenaline finally leaving me. Hi Lou, you're bleeding. Yeah, it got me. The thrill of running away from a predator really did an amazing thing to the human body. The cut only felt like a soft sting. Yanju immediately rummaged through the backpack for a first aid kit and wordlessly patched me up. Wait, there was a first aid kit in there? I don't remember them saying that earlier. Yeah, she is Doraemon. She's got the, what is it called? Demo door? Non-demo door. Non-demo pocket? Oh, okay. Wasn't there one about a haunted amusement park? Yeah, there was, yeah. An Imhaith Arfad. What's an Imhaith Arfad? I read the Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventures. There's one random one I have vague memories of. They took place in an Asian country, and most choices led to me shaving my head like a monk. Tim, that sounds completely hilarious. I really wonder, like, Didn't R.L. Stine write all of them? I kind of wonder if like he was culturally aware of places in Asia, or maybe he just like made up a fake Asian country. I really wonder about that. Not a moment later, Eleven's voice boomed from the sky. There is 1 hour remaining. 1 hour? We better hurry. No matter how tired we felt, we had to press forward. Yanshu nodded in agreement, and we continued to trek downwards. Since there was barely an hour left, we decided to run. Huh? What did you want to eat again? Oh, rice, that's right. Okay, let me get rice started for my son. It just takes like 15 minutes, but I want to get it started. Alright, I'll get it started for you, bud.
Chow chow. Hey, chow chow. You're scary, right? Daddy, it came from scary. I don't know why.
Okay. Oh, it means great stuff in Irish. Oh, you speak Gaelic. Okay, I didn't even know. Ace, what's up? Hello. Thanks for joining, bud. It seems like is this your first time on the stream? Always happy to see new people. Alright, a few minutes later, the ground stopped sloping downward. I think we're close. My excitement was cut short by the sudden drop of a cliff a few meters in front of us. It's not that bad. We can make it down. It was true. I could make out the ground beneath the cliff. Still, it wouldn't be an easy journey in the dark. Hello? Is someone up there? The sound of several voices caught our attention, and we noticed a group of people gathered beneath the cliff. Hurry, you've made it. This is the finish line. You just have to get down the cliff. My heart thumped with joy. Did you hear that? Yes, Hylu, we did it! Let's hurry! Well, let's not celebrate yet. With my injury and Yanju's inexperience in rock climbing, it took longer to climb down the cliff than expected. Even the other survivors who were cheering us on had stopped by the time we set foot on the ground. Hylu, go ahead, I'll be right behind you. She nodded and walked ahead of me. At this distance, I could see the finish line, a line of red paint in the dirt between us and the crowd of survivors. At Yanshu's approach, several of the other players turned their attention back to us, cheering us on to pass the finish line. Yanshu stepped 1 foot over the red line. I was just a couple meters behind. Her other foot passed through the red line, just 1 step away. A bell tolled through the night air, and Eleven's voice reverberated from clouds. The first trial is now over. Congratulations to the players who have made it to the finish line. The air froze. Somewhere deep in my soul, I knew that it was over. Hylu! Yanju screamed as she reached toward me, her hand stopping short at an invisible wall. If I had one regret then, it would be that I made her make such an expression. If I were allowed to have many regrets, then they would be that I made her make such an... What? Who? What? If I had one regret, then it would be that I made her make such an expression. If I were allowed to have many regrets... Oh, I see. Okay, so just saying, like, if any regret I could possibly have, it was making her make that expression. I slowly touched the invisible wall, feeling the barrier between her and me. Pressed my hands against hers, separated by a layer of air. Oh yeah, guys, join the Discord, alright? I heard the inhumane growl of the monsters. My breath was caught in my throat. My lungs struggled to keep working as I trembled. No matter how I accepted it, dying really was scary. Hylu. She pounded on the wall, and I snuck a peek behind me. Terror flowed through me in waves. My blood felt cold in my arms. Numerous red dots filled the space behind me, a sea of pitch-black holes drilled into just as dark faces. Their scales shimmered red in the moonlight, mixing with splotches of blood that coated their hands and teeth. My teeth chattered. My legs felt weak. I fell to the ground against the invisible wall. Yanju following as I trailed down. Yanju! I hadn't thought it would end this way. As the hands and teeth of the monsters reached me, I wanted to tell Yanju to close her eyes and look away, to survive, and forget me. This really was terrible. I'm sorry. Bad ending 2. Sick. Bad end. All right. Good stuff. The music in this game KO'd me. I just woke up. It is pretty good music, right? Like, especially this intro stuff. Well, guys, how do you feel about that? I don't know how I feel. I feel sad. I feel torn up. I feel like I want to close the game, and I did. It was all right. I didn't. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if that's the full game. Hold on, let me check. Is that the full game or a demo? I thought I was just playing a demo. If that's the full game, I really didn't feel a lot of empathy for either character, Hylu or Yanshu. I was just kind of more interested to learn about what you call it. I was kind of more interested to learn about 11, but not really that great. So. Not horrible. Just not really. Like if someone said, no, wait, there's a much longer version of that game to play. Probably wouldn't get it. All right. Really, there's another update on Silent Hill. I didn't know that. All right. What time is it right now? 6:47. What? Okay, just allow. All right, guys. I want to give. Yeah, it wasn't too scary, that's for sure. I want to give this one game a little bit of a go. And see how it is. And I just want to kind of check it out just to see if I want to keep it or not. I don't really know much about this one. It's just called Sorry We're Closed. HIJKLMNOPQRS. Where's it at? Sorry, we're closed. All right, let's just see how this is. Give me a second, wait for the game to start, and then I'll capture it. I don't think this one's supposed to be super scary, so I think you're going to be okay. Give me a second, got to capture it. Game capture. Nope, that didn't work. I don't know why game capture doesn't really work very well. All right. Wait, hold on. Shoot. Music sounds good though. Give me a second. Come on. Where's window capture? Oh, it did work. How is that? No, it's pretty good. We can't hear any sound though, right? Okay, give me a second. Let me make sure we can get sound. Properties. Oh, it says capture. Can you guys hear music from it? I don't think you can. Oh, there we go. Can you guys hear it? Let me just make sure. It's very light music right now. Anybody? Hello? Can we hear the music before I start? All right, I'm gonna just start. Oh, I think I can use the. Thank you so much for supporting the release of Sorry We're Closed. Yeah, right? Super, it wasn't really that great. I was kind of like, oh, all right. Thank you so much for supporting the release of Sorry We're Closed. This is our debut indie title, and we hope you enjoy it. Very light music. Okay, good. Yeah, it is very, very light. I can't do this anymore. I'm not asking anything of you. Exactly. You ask for nothing. You want nothing. Is that so bad? Your work life is full of chaos, day in and day out. I'd rather not let that flood into our love life, too. What love life? You comply with everything I say. It's like I'm dating myself. I need someone who wants to be present with me, someone who really wants to be here. Show me your willingness to live. Show me your fiery side. Hey. Hey. Don't you listen when people speak to you? I'm giving a live retelling of the most painful story of my life. Oakley turned down my personal I'm sorry, my proposal again. It's making me feel like I'll die alone. I mean, there's gotta be some way to convince him, right? What do I say? That'll be 546. I'll say that's pretty tragic. Damn, that's pretty tragic. Can you imagine being that lonely? Lonely enough to die alone? With no one else there? I can, actually. What a surprise. I knew people who'd do some wild shit to be with someone like you. Beautiful opportunities often show up when you least expect it. It doesn't matter. I'm not ready for something like that anyway. The total is 546. Yeah, whatever. Opportunities always come, you know? Whether you're ready or not. Try to enjoy yourself while you can. It's late. I should lock up. Oh, okay. Is there a running motion? Oh, interesting. Okay, there we go. Running. I have no clue what the hell I'm doing and what this is about. Hey, Michelle. I can't believe how much you've sold today. I mean, I've sold today. Seems like everyone is shopping so much earlier now. With all the extra sales I've made this morning, I think it's safe to shut the shop early. I'm planning to meet up with someone. Don't tell my manager, all right? I'm still hoping for that raise. You and me both, Marty. Shouldn't you be heading home instead? Oh, dude, for sure. You never know what's gonna happen around here these days. I've got a feeling that all this bad juju has something to do with demons. Do you really believe in that stuff? You shouldn't joke. You might be onto something. I'd probably say, do you really believe in that stuff? My studies have led me to this conclusion. I don't make claim lightly. So many people are going missing. Where are they going? Think about it, Michelle. A couple of years ago, you would have blamed it on aliens. That was when I was young and naive. I've grown, Michelle. I'll have evidence to support my claims soon enough. Tonight even. What's that supposed to mean? Person I'm meeting with is the very one I've been trading demonic artifacts with online. Is that safe? Oh yeah, totally. They're legit. They're gonna be in town for a few days. They might even have something to fix your cursed love life. Marty, what? Your life is totally going through some sort of serious yowza moments. They might have something that can help you, figure things out. That's all I'm saying. I'm so nervous. I hope they'll be impressed with what I've got. Okay. Who dis? Sorry, I'm closing up tonight. You'll have to come back tomorrow. What do you sell? Cakes, sandwiches, pain au chocolat. I've only just set up shop here, but it's been going great. I've even snagged some faithful customers from Oakley's Diner. Did you check the rice? Oh, sorry, go ahead. All right. Valley Girl. Dude, I love doing the Valley Girl. It's totally from my 90s era. How should this guy sound? Goodness, Michelle. Why aren't you home already? I literally just got... Wait, what? I literally just came off my shift. Baby girl, you have got to get out of these streets. You don't want to be snatched up like those other unfortunates. It'll be a wild night if I were, though. Surely you're in danger hanging around here, too. A little bit. I'm waiting for Daryl to come back with the car and pick me up. If something were to happen to me, I know Daryl would raise hell to get me back. Being by his side is the safest place to be. It must be nice having someone to look after you. Don't get me wrong, Daryl would do anything for me. And I mean anything. But he still needs to work on himself a bit. You're right, though. It's nice. As far as I can tell, you still don't have anyone to look after you. You need to watch your back. I've seen your horoscope, baby, and it is not looking good. There's a storm brewing, and the stars say you'll be caught right in the middle of it. Go home, Michelle. All right. All right, well, who is this guy? Like an 1800s pilgrim or something? Oh, no, it's not, sorry. Hey, Lucy. Wow, Lucy is not a talker. What is this? Okay. Can I don't think I'll be coming back out tonight. No, I'm gonna stay here. I just want to kind of explore a little bit first. You like the variety of voices? All right. I'm gonna see. The only problem I have is I forget like what voices I make up for anybody. Whoa, what's this music? The controls are really solid. Like it's got fixed camera angles, but they move kind of with you. This is kind of a unique kind of. It's chained shut. Stacy runs the shop. She sells beautiful dresses that I usually can't afford. Dude, I like it. It's a normal post box. Hey, can you check if the light's green?
Yeah.
It is green? Is it green? Okay. Hold on, I gotta go get the rice out for my son. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. I do have it's up to you. You're gonna put it in there yourself. Do you want this stuff in it?
Yeah.
Please try not to spill this stuff all over, okay? Yeah, that does look. I was thinking the same thing, that it looks like the TARDIS. All right. All right, I think I checked everything out. There's no way I'm going back in there before my next shift. Oh, that's where she works. Where does she work? Corner convenience store. Okay, cool. Larry's what? Larry's news kiosk. He must have gone home already. Oh. Alright, let's try to talk to this person one more time. Hey, Lucy. Oh, she's looking at her phone, that's why. Alright, I think it's time to go home. Alrighty, tidy.
Oh no.
Don't be so mean. Don't you have a heart? You can't ban me. Yeah, actually I can. I'm running a business. After your last whatever that was at my bar, I need to show some authority. Please, you have to let me go back. I love working there. Wait, she's being banned from work? I feel so empty without a drink in my hand and loud music thumping to the beat of my heart. Seriously, stop. You're flicking snot all over my chest. I don't have a heart, but I do have a wallet. Ban won't be permanent. You're a valued employee after all. Less valued than my customers you disturb. Don't show up tonight.
Oh no.
Tonight? I was meant to debut my new dance routine. Yeah, well, do it tomorrow. We're not even open. Oh, sorry, it's her speaking. We're not even open tomorrow. Don't you know how to run a business? Yeah, which is why I don't want you around. I've got personal engagements to attend. You just show up once, the bar is open again. Got it? That's not for 2 days. It's no wonder we're losing regulars left and right. Yeah, that's kind of odd. Why you only open... Alright, so... Okay, we can't go through there. Who's this, like a pilot? I can't believe the two of them are shouting in the halls at this hour. This hour? It's early in the evening. Don't you enjoy the buzz of nightlife? Funny that. I retired from nightlife buzz enjoyer positions a few minutes ago. How about you? Have you jump-started your social life yet? Whatever is left of it? Nope, can't be bothered. Michelle, it's been 3 years. You have got to let her go. She ain't coming back. Join me for drinks on the roof in a minute. No thanks. I've had a weird day today. It's time to hit the bed and put it behind me. You can put her behind you too while you're at it. By the way, I know it's a girl, but I'm just giving her a deeper voice. Why are you still staring at me? Did you forget where you live or something? With all the walking, it's hard to forget. I'm on the top floor. Robin lives here. The optimal location. I wish I lived on this floor instead of... Gotta keep climbing. I should sleep in my own room. Okay, I'm just checking. Yeah. No one's in. Just as well. I don't want to sleep in their bed anyway. I don't live on this floor, and I don't live in this room. Breaking and entering isn't one of my life goals. This room absolutely reeks. I gag every time I walk by. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, my mom left. Holy cow. Sorry, I have just a couple things. Hey, you're not coming up here to eat turkey, so stay down there. Hey. On the what do you call what do you call the stove that's like a stove, like a small stove thing that it's like the tiny stove, like a toaster stove? The toaster oven? The toaster oven. What? Bro, you participate in the Hunger Games fighting over big screen TVs. Nah, just went people watching. Didn't buy anything but Nike stuff for Kenny. Okay, thanks. I use it all the time, so I need to go. Okay. Okay. I'll do tomorrow and figure out the fastest way to get it back. Sorry, I had like 4 people message me all at once. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I had like 4 people. Oh my god, dude. And I bet some care. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let me get back to work on this. I didn't think I'd be that into this game, but the door's locked. Not that I want to go in or anything. The guy who lives here seems nice. Finally, my luxurious abode. Enter. Almost time for bed. Yesterday you did a very nice job as a host. Oh, good. That was very nice of my mom to say. Thanks. First, time having that many people over for a dinner party and setting out the table. Okay. Your food was great too, Lucky. Didn't leave any pumpkin bars. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Just dropped by to say good night. See you next time. And gone. All right. Thank you, Endo. Endo, if you didn't get a chance, can you click on the Osoroshi video on our Osoroshi nights? I'm just trying to get, like, I had to delete the video and re-upload it because the sound was so bad. So I'm trying to recover all the views on it. Otherwise I wouldn't bug you. But thank you for stopping by nonetheless, Endo. I do really appreciate you taking the time to do that. 3 years. Has it really been that long? My wardrobe could do with an update. Okay. I see. Oh, you can do like this. Oh, nice. Damn, they did a good job with, like, controls and everything. Not much going on here. I'm not hungry anyway. It's chipped on the side, but it's still my favorite. Here we go with all the night icons. Let's wait just a second to go to sleep. Gross. I should clean this up. Okay, so let's clean it up. Oh, there we go. Take dishes. Got dirty dishes. Oh, inventory. Nope, wrong thing. I forgot to wash these this morning. I can't use a dirty dish right now. Yeah, I didn't think I could. There's nothing of value here. Now this is water. What? What does that mean? Drink. Now this is water. What does it do? Restore all your hit points? I hope so too, Alejandra. I will. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. Endo, you've become like a great new viewer, part of the chat and everything, man. I really appreciate it. Like, you've been on here a few times, but already, like, all you've had is, like, positive stuff to contribute, so I really appreciate that. No Name, No Story. Oh, it's my favorite album, No Name, No Story. Good music to cry to. A bit of light entertainment. Playtime. She gifted this to me. The face is slightly crooked. A premonition of our relationship. Damn, they put some work into this game. My leafy friend. Can I wash the dishes? Okay, so should I? Nope, wrong thing. I can put these in the sink for now and worry about cleaning them later. I'm gonna place them in the sink. I'll wash these in the morning. Okay, alright. Okay, she's not hungry. Okay. She's got a cute apartment. Yeah, it's a pretty cool apartment. ありがとうございました。はい、どういたしまして。And I'll sleep more easily now that the room is tidier. Okay, interesting. Let's go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow will be a little less gloomy. What's her character's name again? Jennifer? Oh, Michelle, sorry. I should remember that. He said Michelle like a million times. This is weird. I sense myself inside my body, but I'm not actually awake yet. I feel, I don't know, heavy? Holy shit, what was that? Open your eyes? I do not remember leaving my door open. Holy shit, is someone there? I don't hear anything or see anything. I still can't move. Hello? There's no way I would fall asleep with my door open and unlocked. I might be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Oh man. What if I'm totally not dreaming though? Ooh, I like it weird. No. No. Can't be having this. Whoa. What? What the fuck? Oh my god. My god, I still can't move. If I just pretend to be asleep, maybe it'll leave me alone. Maybe? I'll try to sleep. Because I'd probably do that IRL too. I can't take it. If I'm going to die, I might as well know when it happens.
I have a beautiful opportunity for you. I'm quite excited. Would you like to know what it is?
Beg to be spared. Please, take whatever you want. I swear I won't report you or anything. Just please don't hurt me.
What I want is you, is what I want. Love us together.
Yes, yes, fine. I love you with all my heart.
That is correct. I want real love, passion, desire, the urge to be everything for each other. Unrelenting, unending, until all matter is evenly spaced in the universe. Love.
That's probably how they sound. Whoa, what?
I'm disappointed with your repulsion. I thought you would be the one. I thought you would understand. You suffer from a lack of perspective. I'll give you time. If you won't decide now, you will decide later. You simply need time.
Precious. Yeah. Well, what is it? Is her hand a giant sword thing?
You'll see.
Does she have a tattoo of an eye on her head? All right. Oh, I didn't even know you could go this way. I hear this neighbor all the time, but never see them. Sorry, I should have checked higher. Oh, what is this? Is the door different? That nightmare must have shaken me pretty badly. Robin often hangs out on the roof. Maybe they left the door open. I'm gonna go up. Didn't she say, like, join her on the roof for, like, drinks or something? What? I thought Am I still dreaming? Yeah, what the hell? I suppose I can kill time here until I wake up. Wait, what? Huh? Poor Teddy. It's about time I get rid of him anyway. What? I don't get it. I guess I won't have to take the trash out now. I never learned to play. The bed must have cushioned my fall somehow. In reality, I must still be laying in it, sound asleep. I don't think I'm able to climb out of here. What? I don't understand. Isn't this just like another room? Oh, shoot. Sorry. Okay. What? I'm super confused. Smeagol Elmo. Nice. Wouldn't it just be Smeagmelmo? Alright. At least Elmo is cute. Oh, wait. What? I thought I was leaving. This rug is a bit damp. Pile of letters. I can't understand the writing. but it looks like they're all from the same sender. Dream Eater? Oh, is it Baku the Dream Eater? What would this monsters be? Welcome, Michelle. At last we finally meet. Such a small being capable of such devastating impact. Devastating? You have a journey ahead of you, Michelle. You will make a rippling impact that only you can control. Some less savory than others, I admit. What is this place? Who are you? This place is my residence. Guarded from outside. My home is not unlike a prison, a vestibule between your world and the darkness. Visitors are unusual and rare. You're a special guest with a fate unlike most. How else can I be of assistance? Who are you? I'm the Dream Eater. Dreams are the insight of the future, the present, the past. It is also where I make contact with all else. Dreams reveal the heart of a being, the choices they are likely to make. Smellmo. I like Smellmo. How? Smellmo. Like Elmo, but Smeagol, Smellmo. Okay, we did Who Are You? How did I get here? I brought you here with your dreams, Michelle. So I'm dreaming right now? Not quite. Dreams are an excellent gateway for me to find wandering minds. But it takes more than that to truly bring you here. The human mind is as frail as it might be, can propel itself into another plane of reality given enough stress. I've used your most recent distress to project your spirit here to my home. Oh, you tried to say the underworld. My recent distress? Do you mean the nightmare I was having? Well, I'm still having? Who was that in my room? What is going on? Oh, your other nightly visitor? A powerful being suffering under a plight not unlike my own. Don't worry, doesn't matter. Not for you, not anymore. Else. I wonder what you will choose when your time comes. Love, personal gain, or worse yet, destruction. What kind of person am I dealing with? Oh, you get to choose? I'm gonna say love. A noble goal, though I'm not sure you have what it takes to choose love. Love is a painful process. It alters everything it touches, makes everything weaker. Suddenly, someone is only half of a whole. Maybe I'd like to think collectively. It makes everything stronger. You have a powerful sense of self and a strong resolve. It'd be dangerous for you to remain here. Please make yourself comfortable one last time. Enjoy the soft furnishings before we move onward. Move onward? What does you mean? Wait, this is an operator. You have reached the operator. How can I help? Oh, I can save. Sure thing, sweetness. Who dis? Would you like to save? That's what the operator looks like? Yeah, sure. Team style is wild. Like, it is really out there. Opulent. The creature in this painting looks familiar. It's like a centaur with an angel. No, whoops. Deluxe. Why did she have something different to say? Well, what is this here? Sumptuous. What did she say on this one? 'Cause, 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 'cause gorgeous. I heard this was like a horror game though, but like it's kind of got this like insane style. All right, I guess we got to go through these doors and find out what he's talking about. Oh, okay, what do we got to talk to him? I learned so much about you already. Join me in the library, will you? Okay. What is this book sticking out? The title of the book isn't easy to pronounce for me. Consanguinity. A shared origin does not equal a shared space. Long have we been forgotten by many of our cohorts since the Great Divide, but not by all who still sit in the air of glory, regardless of that side one falls on. There remains a great yearning to reunite with those once in our company. Nevertheless, it is not meant to be so. Time spent within opposing force brings those from the light into the darkness, and those in the darkness into further madness. Exciting on first encounter, but pearls soon follow. The cel-shaded look, yeah. The art is fun. Yeah, man, I'm digging the style. I'm definitely digging the style. Okay, you guys said what? Dreamcast or PlayStation? You know what this reminds me of a combination of? It's like Jet Set Radio meets Eternal Darkness. I'll bet no one's ever thought of that clash before. There's a shiny artifact here. Take it, yeah. Heck yeah. This looks valuable. I should hold on to it. Sweet, we're a klepto. The floor is slippery here. Okay. Okay, there's no reason why. Oh, what's this on the floor? Hold on. What? Monday? It's Kinyobi. Are you okay? Okay, I understand, I know. The book here is called From the Darkness, Reaching for the Divine. It is not unusual for the most powerful demons to seek redemption from the divine. They are the ones most pained by the divine's absence. Theories of collecting rare materials or abstract concepts remain the most popular attempts for demons seeking re-entry into the air of glory. Alright, I don't need to collect that. Oh, here we go. Now she's just stealing things, I guess so. I mean, that's kind of how these kind of games work, right? Ugh. This book is called Common Afflictions for Those of the Demonic Persuasion. It doesn't roll off the tongue. I'll read one of the answers. Some demons report an everlasting chest pain, which they associate with desolation, lonesomeness, and the disconnect from the divine. Symptoms also include desperation, continual ringing of the ears, unending agitation, and the feeling of flesh being burned from the inside out. Not to be confused with heartburn, a common, less painful acidic burn of the chest from eating vast amounts of human food. Wow. Does she have anything to say? Oh, she didn't have anything to say for that one. I was hoping. Okay. Well, there's another door through there, huh? Or is that the door I came in from? Oh, wait. This is the Watcher. Oh, no, wait, that's the Dream Meter saying this. Scholars have argued about what the Watcher's actually watching. They do all agree that he died in a tragic cycling accident. He died from cycling? Okay, interesting. This book is labeled with the name Andre Lee. I'll read one of the entries. Her dreams contain a loose connection to the one I seek. A newsstand, a small shop with the red telephone box next to it. But the diner is yet to exist. I have found the location, but it is not the right one. Oh, it's not the right time. The girl isn't here, not yet. But I'm getting closer. All right. Go. I politely request you do not touch that book. I must insist you do not touch that book. Stop. You will not touch that book. Stop. You will not touch that book. Oh, come on. I was just going to keep trying until she picked it up. Okay, how about now? All right, whatever. Whatever, I'm going to touch the book anyway. Sorry I'm not tidied that corner. I don't care. The book labeled with the name Henry Brown. I'll read one of the entries. Due to interference from another demon presence, it is easier for me to infiltrate his nightly thoughts. I could see clearly into his consciousness this time. I'm close to what I seek, therefore, I must intervene with more severity. It may be time to chow down. Alright, man, whatever. Please do not go on. I'm embarrassed about the clutter around here. Oh, sorry, I didn't use the voice. Care, dude. No. You may not enter that area. No. I don't care what you're saying. Dude, why is he such a jerk? I have a collection featuring this creature. I'm on the hunt for more pieces. Okay, whatever. Did I read this one already? Oh, yeah, I did. Alright. Okay, good night. Welcome to the library. I've not been in this room for a while, so please excuse the mess. I'd like to tidy up. Oh, guys, I'm getting super tired. I'm actually gonna, next save, I'm gonna go to bed. I know it's super early, it's only 7:35, but... A before B, certainly not following Z. What is, there's like a leg, like human legs hanging off of him? You see that? Elimino. Someone has been moving my books. This game's called Sorry We're Closed. It's pretty awesome. They said it's like a mix between Silent Hill and Signalis. I'm not really feeling that, but... Oh, whoa, what is this painting? I retrieved this during a complicated era, the Great Divide. The Great Divide? I've never heard of it. A frightening fall that affected every being long before your time. Though you won't have to worry about such a thing for yourself. I'll make sure of it. Alright. I've given you so much. Alright, can I go back out there and save? I can. Alright, good. Yeah, I'm starting to feel super tired. Probably because I ate a bunch of turkey too. I know you should check out Bomb Rush Cyberpunk as an alternative. Whoa, what is that game? I've never even heard of that. It's so sad that Sega is delisting JSR from Steam. Oh, the Jet Set Radio? Yeah, dude. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. What about Hi-Fi Rush? You should check out Hi-Fi Rush too. Like, I heard that's pretty sick. It's a little bit different, obviously, than Jet Set Radio, but Hi-Fi Rush got kind of the same graphics set. All right, hey guys. This is pretty fun. That game's got an incredible style. I'm definitely like looking forward to going back to playing. If I wasn't super tired, I'd definitely keep going. I don't want to. Hold on, I want to like. So there's like some part where you get a gun and start shooting stuff. Oh, it's Steam Awards. Okay. The Paradise Killer. Oh, dude, this game got amazing reviews too. This is kind of a sick one. Like, oh wait, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. There we go. If you guys never heard about this game, so this is by the same maker. This is an incredible game where you play as an internet profile via your avatar. You go on a shared like MMO type island, and you find out someone was killed in game and out of game on this island, and you have to do kind of like a who done it by like questioning the other avatars in the MMO world. Very unique idea. Ah, that was the same creator. No wonder this game's already started out pretty good. That one was a really unique kind of cool idea. And it had this kind of unique style too. Well, look at some of this stuff. I'm impressed already. I have like a really good feeling about this game from the start. The movement's crisp. The dialogue's already interesting. I'm kind of invested in this character's story. Also, guys, remember we were talking about this earlier? LGBTQ plus, all that kind of stuff done right. We already know this is a game full of characters like that, but guess what they didn't try to do? Beat us over the head with it. They started the story with they've already got like love interests going on and things like that. We're not getting lectured to. They're not trying to teach us the ways of anything or a lifestyle of anything. We've just started the game and we're already dealing with characters in those lifestyles and those orientations and those like gender non-conforming. Cool. That's the way you do it. Just already make the story good, which I'm already interested. The story's already good. Oh, and there happens to be characters like that, right? This is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. You don't make Dragon Age Veilguard give you a speech about how you suck. You guys understand what I mean? I think this is done pretty well so far. I'm pretty impressed. All right. Sorry we're closed. I got fireworks too. We'll try that another day. And what else we got? Downloads coming right now. Man, Lords of the Fallen is still getting updates. Oh, and Burn. Burn already has DLC. What? I only bought this one just because of how insane the style is. It may not be a great game. I have no idea. Oh, wait, is there music?
I used to love all of this. The platinum records, the private planes, living in public. But now everything is ruined. I'll tell you my story. You'll make my choices, but when you do, don't just be a star. Stars die. Be a legend. My name is Nina Byrne, and tomorrow I'll be 27.
People always, they're like, where do you find these games? I just look for the weirdest shit I can find on Steam. You know how you go, like, look, you go to your store, right? The stuff that's featured is like boring as shit, right? Helldivers, all right. I played it a little bit. It's okay. Hogwarts, all right, cool, whatever. You know, Psychonauts 2, that's been out for 100 years. City Skylines, that's been out for 100 years. Slime Rancher, interesting idea, but we've heard about it, right? Rogue Trader, sorry, but every Games Workshop game I've ever played, aside from Space Marine 2, is made like shit. Returnal, maybe one day I'll play when I have every single Dark Souls game beaten. House Flipper 2, played part 1, heard part 2 is less of a version than part 1, right? So we got all these different things, and it's like, especially like The Sims, man, fuck The Sims, dude. The new version of that is just such garbage, and now they're just gonna stay at this and try to make it an MMO game. Jedi Survivor, they told me this was gonna be a Dark Souls game, but I played part 1. It's not a Dark Souls game. Raft, very limited, nowhere to go with the story once you reach everything. Ark Survival Ascended, it's okay, but once again, you kind of do everything and then you're just kind of stuck unless you make your own story with friends. Horizon Zero Dawn, first game was good, second game went nowhere. Soul Mask, another cool game, but you need to be playing with friends. Ghost Recon Breakpoint wasn't nearly as good as the older Ghost Recons. Hollow Knight, we'll play one day when I beat every Dark Souls. Spider-Man, cool game, actually really decent. Back for Blood, cheap garbage knockoff of 7 Days to Die. Earth Defense Force. This one's kind of crazy, actually. I would recommend this to anybody who wants the most insane kaiju game ever. Yeah. But I mean, like all these games, we've heard about these for ages, all right? Like everybody's heard of Battlefield, all right? Buckshot Roulette, actually very interesting indie. Disco Elysium, excellent game, loved it, incredible story, incredible writing. Company's bankrupt, they'll never make another thing. Or actually, it didn't go bankrupt, it just it splintered into a million pieces because their studio tried to get take over by like greedy people. Hades, all right, but it's been out for 100 years. Risk for Rain, good, but it's been out for 100 years. Diablo 4, Blizzard can go suck a big D. Don't like them. Oxygen not included. Cool indie, but meh. Ultra Kill, been out forever. Dredge, been out for a while. Decent horror game. Slay the Princess, okay, but I really wish they would work on their other visual novel, which I've been waiting forever to continue. Pathfinder, it's okay, but not the greatest ARPG. Uh, I've already beaten the game a long time ago. Maybe I'll buy the new remake. Cuphead, excellent game, but been out for ages. Right? Uh-oh. Who messaging me on here? Mike is wigging out. My mic is wigging out? Is my mic having problem? Oh, audio's super low. Hold on. How about even now, like audio output changed? Okay, hold on. How about now? Now it's back to normal. What the hell? It's back to normal now, right? Right now it's totally normal again, right? Because it looks like it's showing up super loud now. Am I okay? Yeah, you know what did it? This is kind of a really annoying aspect. This is OBS. So when I go into the game, something about going into a game and streaming changes the audio setup. And I go back out of the game. If I forget to check the audio again, then it's like still set itself for the game where it's like trying to level itself out with the audio playing in the game. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. Anyway, guys, thanks for putting up with me in my vast lack of knowledge with online streaming. I haven't seen you since you lived in Japan. Where do you live now? I still live in both countries, America from August until May, Japan from May until August. You haven't seen me since you lived in Japan. Chubby Bear, who is this? We knew each other in Japan? I don't recognize the name. But first of all, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here. Sorry you caught me at the end here. I'm actually about to log off. Yeah, no problem. It was fun it's always fun to stream with you guys. I wish I had started the night with that game with Sorry We're Closed. The other one was okay, but it was kind of a letdown as far as endings were concerned. But it was fun to at least play it where you guys got to choose what happened. Anyway, can we throw up the Discord one more time? And also, guys, thank you for letting me know. Why is that one not closing? Okay, there we go. Guys, thank you for letting me know when my mic was not working right post-game. Never be afraid to hit me up and get my attention. Whoever was smart enough to jump on Steam and make me hear the little blung blung, that was a smart move. All right. All right, awesome, guys. Yeah, thanks again. Chubby Bear, go ahead and why don't you jump on our Discord? You can let me know who you are. That way you don't have to announce it on the live stream here. Everybody's welcome to join the Discord. I'll probably jump on there later tonight unless I end up crashing the second my head hits the pillow, which it may happen. I'm feeling pretty tired, but always a lovely time with you guys. I'll be on again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. No. Jonah, please. Always, that was like a really smart move. Like I was obviously not paying attention to the main chat there, but when I heard the bling, I was like, wait, what's going on? And then I noticed. Don't be afraid. Call me out if I'm screwing up. All right. It's I swear to God, half the time this stream only runs smoothly because you guys are smart enough to be like, hey, knock knock, Scott, wake up. No one's hearing you right now. All right, so thanks again, guys. Really appreciate the help and appreciate your participation in that. The winner gets soup, I think was the name of the other game. And who was it? It was Space Robot or something. What's your name? Space Robot? Super Robot. Sorry, Super Robot. Thank you for the suggestion for Firework. We'll try that again later, and should be a fun little playthrough. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. I'll have a new video up tomorrow and a members video on Sunday. And I think that should be about it. Have a good one.